Well, it should say this.
Sally here, Smoo. How's one doing this evening? What?
We're just checking to see if our live feed is active. It's Captain America.
There you go.
We'll just see if we're actually live now. Are we live?
Wait, if you do the posh accent,
live
then
in the
I have to do
corner.
the Scots accent, and somebody else has to do my accent.
Oh, we're going.
Not that I actually have an accent.
Oh, yeah. Right, okay. Let's get all my pages back up that I had up here.
I was pressing buttons. It's all going to go to nonsense.
Well,
We're doing all that. We haven't broke the internet yet. So we're doing
a whole 3 viewers, and it's probably all the moderators.
Yes.
So,
Chris, I'm watching you. Work faster.
so I just like to say hello to everybody. Welcome to the channel.
Somebody's got the speakers on a bit loud.
Speakers up too loud. Just got the speakers up too loud.
Gentlemen, adjust your volumes.
So just saying hello, Merry Christmas here. It's Terry from Smoo's Workshop here. It's my first live hangout. We've got a couple of special guests from the E-Models Builders team. Special, yes.
Special.
They've both got like big man fungus on their face. One of them is Fox. Everybody knows. Hello, Fox.
Hello. How you doing, Terry?
And the other one is Chris, who's just joined the E-Models Builders team. So it's Chris Williams of Chris Models.
Evening all.
And we're still getting feedback off of somebody. So we've also got we're getting Dave. Why is a rum gun barker? It's thirsty shopping. Get your sustenance, Dave.
Hello, guys. Merry Christmas.
And they've got the famous Mr. Mike Mountain.
Merry Christmas.
And hiding underneath his cutting mat is a really small guy from Orkney who likes puffins. It's Mr. Scott Sutherland.
Good evening, people.
Wow, it looked like you looked like Chris when you said that.
Yeah. So there'll not be much model making getting done tonight. It's just a bit of a laugh. I got sent this lovely. It looks like Captain America. It's actually a onesie. My modelling room gets really cold. So Chandra in America sent me this, and I'm also seem to be a member of the I'm in the Small Penis Club. And for those of you who OCD, yes, this badge is deliberately squint. So yeah.
No, it's not bugging me at all looking at the squint badge.
Oh, squint badge. Yeah, there seems to be quite a lot of face fungus in this group, isn't there? I mean, I've got my goatee on. Fox is sporting a Bear Grylls sort of.
If anybody's not got a beard, I've got enough for like 4 people. So this is just laziness. I just can't be bothered shaving it, so I'm just going to grow it and see what happens. It could just go it's horribly wrong. I don't know.
Rummaging through the undergrowth, we find an interesting specimen. It's the Dave Barker.
Unfortunately, the problem is that when I go outside, everything I have in the way of overcoats and jackets kind of looks a bit scruffy. So when I go out, I just look completely homeless. It's just.
We have a viewer.
Hi,
John Paul is in chat. Hello, John.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
you get people throwing coins at you as you walk down the street.
I was sat on the steps of Manchester Library waiting for someone. I had a cup of coffee and somebody actually flicked 50p into it. I was like, that'd be great, but I've still got half a cup of coffee, you bastard.
I did that when I worked in the pub. Somebody was annoying me. You know, pour them their pint and put their change in.
Sorry about that. Like, I always give to the homeless.
I was like, whoa, I got money. Brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I was down in Blackpool once, and there was the doorsteps, the shops, and all that, and he had all the scruffy jacket on, and looked a bit dishevelled and all that, and he had brand new, like 120 quid Nike trainers on. And I was like, aye, okay. You're homeless.
It's better than spending it on booze.
So
yeah, I quite like it. I quite like walking around town looking scruffy because nobody pesters you and asks you to buy a big issue.
Oh, right. Well,
I must get a dog on a string.
Hello, you. Go on, good girl.
Oh, yeah, cool.
My granddaughter.
The Munchkin might be in later. She'll just totally take over the show because she's a chatterbox.
Doesn't stop. She's like a mother. She doesn't shut up.
So,
and a nanny.
Did anybody get anything really nice for Christmas? What?
I got a Viking ship model.
A Viking ship?
Yeah.
Ooh.
A big wooden one.
No, it's the poor attempt at a Revel build.
Oh, Revel. Oh, that's that. Aye, quality tap. Yep.
Yeah.
Are we sensing a Smoo industry takeover here?
Hey?
I got
It's all
that.
part of my one-man Revel crusade.
The Smoo industry needs to give Revel a call and say, "We like your quality. We want to buy you."
Yes, yes.
We're in line with our message.
Dave, I'll just highlight Dave. He's trying to show us a model he's got for Christmas here. So, Dave, right there you go. You're live to the tinterwebs.
I got that, and my daughter, bless her, has decided to, so that I don't have to spend time away from my bench. She bought me a kettle and a portaloo.
Is that a Smoo Industries one?
It's a Smoo Industries approved portaloo, so I don't have to leave my bench during the daytime. Bless her. Very thoughtful.
So, do you have them all ferrying you cups of tea and everything and sustenance?
Yeah, you need sustenance at the bench. I keep telling you on a Thursday. It's no good passing out too hungry at the bench.
I've got a question about Smoo Industries, actually. I'll tell you, dude.
Right, hold on. Let me just.
Are we going to put little stickers on the stuff saying "Made in Britain" and then really small in the corner it just says "Made in China"?
Probably
If
made,
you flip it off, it says Radio Shack.
probably made in VA. China.
Yeah.
Made in VA.
Made in
I would have made
Oh,
it written by a Chinese man.
Yeah. We've not decided yet. We're still working on the spring-summer range. A lot of the prototypes came out in the autumn winter. I'm fearing a takeover by Revel because they Disney and all that and all the Star Wars and yeah. What John said?
Says
John Paul saying?
Sweaters that he doesn't wear.
Yeah, socks and used to always get socks at Christmas, or jaggy Aran jumpers. I didn't like wool. My auntie's a good knitter, and she used to make Aran, the Aran wool, the cable not off fancy thing that couldn't wear it.
The thing is, I see, because I'm in the northwest. If someone gets me an Aran sweater, there's like a genetic memory. I have to stick my finger in my ear and start singing, "And they set sail from Liverpool, never to return," or something like that.
My mum used to. Just when I was a kid, my mum used to knit me these balaclavas, and I hated them.
Balaclava.
The first day at school, the first day at school, we had school gates that had these big stone balls on the top of them. So I deposited my balaclava on the big stone ball.
I thought you just hated wearing them when you were out dating,
Oh no, that come later on in life. And
your nan would knit you one where the eyes were one higher than the other.
yeah.
You're lucky if you get eye holes in them. I think that's the.
And then gloves, you used to do the string in between. So if you went to hit somebody, you stuck yourself in the other twin, didn't you?
I remember those. My grandma used to, many years ago, my grandma used to send us, she used to live up in Glasgow, and she used to send us once or twice a year a big massive care package with stuff she'd knitted. This was back in the 70s. She was like 1,000,000 years old. And the funny thing was that as she got older and older and more doolally, you start off with a sweater and maybe a scarf and things like that. As time went by, it would get more and more surreal. You get a sweater with 2 legs.
One scarf was the head of the game.
Okay,
Prototype for the onesie.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Scott. Yeah, that's how the onesie came about. It was some
Head of the game.
delirious granny sort of went, "Oh, I've knitted 4 arms."
Your mum would buy you a coat on your first day to school. You'd take 3 steps before the coat moved. And she'd go, "Don't worry, yeah, cheers, mum."
Oh dear. So, Colin,
It was always like, yeah, he'll go into it.
what did you get for Christmas, Colin? I'll just put you up on the. I'll proceed.
Hey, I got the Viking ship, didn't I, and some tools and gear for the man cave.
So, did you have a nice Christmas with the family and all that?
Yeah, sweet as that, mate.
Yeah. So, you got much leftovers that you can send up to the Smoo, like turkey sandwiches and
Yeah, I'll do you a food parcel, mate.
a food parcel, right? That's fine.
It's back to work today anyway, so.
Right, and let's see what Mr. Chris Williams from Gross Models got for Christmas. What did you do?
Me?
Chris, yeah.
I got a book.
Oh,
Ooh.
that was the one that had on the live feed.
It's massive. It's nasty. It's full of stuff that makes me feel really inadequate. Just a random page.
It's a camera secret.
I'm pretty sure that this isn't model stuff. I think he's just gone out and taken pictures of real things
Yeah.
and put them in a book and told us that they're models because they're just.
It's quite a lot of money, that book, but there's a lot of good stuff in it, isn't there?
It is. I've had a flick through, but I haven't had a real read of it yet. But I will be.
Well, seeing as you can't read, there's loads of pictures in
There's
there.
pictures. It's glossy pictures. It's fun.
You could scan every page in for us, you know, and just print them all out. And
I can just read them while I'm online and just look over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Just do it on Twitter. Do like 140 characters and just break it down into like thousands of tweets. That's how you get the Twitter followers, dude.
So, did you get anything else apart from your big book?
I got. What did I get? I got. My daughter got me a model kit, wooden plane.
Oh, a wooden one. All right, that looks cool.
I haven't opened that one yet, but apparently it's two sheets of wood and 32 bits, so it's not going to be a big build. It's just.
Is it balsa or ply?
Yeah, it's wood. It says wooden.
Oh, balsa is wooden, so is ply, but
I haven't opened the packet yet, so I've got no idea yet.
right, okay. And sweeties and all the usual stuff. Is that a new jumper you've got?
It's a new jumper I've got. That was from my brother. Hang about, I'll show you. It's...
All right, this is my jolly face.
And even better than that, wait for it. If you press this bit, it goes.
Oh,
So that's been great fun. Every time I lean against something.
Well,
Don't worry.
your stomach might stick out a little bit like mine.
But my youngest child comes up and does that deliberately just to poke me. Say youngest, she's 17, but she still pokes me in the stomach to make it make noises.
So you're a bit bruised when she misses.
Nobody's stomach sticks out like yours, Terry.
What's that? Not like my tummy.
I said nobody's stomach sticks out like yours.
Right, seeing as you were a cheeky double there, it's Mike Mountain next. What did you get for Christmas, Mike?
Socks. And there is.
There seems to be a theme going on here with this Iron Maiden Ed Force One thing.
It's a jumbo, isn't it? I love jumbos. I love space shuttles. And my new love is submarine.
They actually go together all right. I think Colin's made one, as you know.
I'm getting
Hanging
the
from
next submarine I'm getting is the one that Ted's doing.
Oh, you're getting the
Brilliant.
You're doing a submarine just now, a smaller one. Is it a Revell one? Or?
Yeah, I'm doing a small scale, but I just love like a mini kit. Each compartment is a mini kit, and then you just add them together and it just takes shape, and it's brilliant.
I've never built one myself. I'd be more worried about the weather on the outside than the inside.
Yeah, that's all right. Just green moss.
Green moss. Grab some.
Greenwash and a greenwash, and there you go.
Couple of black dots for barnacles. You're done.
Oh, Captain Barnacles.
Yeah.
So you've had a nice Christmas as well then, Mike, eh?
Yeah, brilliant. I went and seen the wife, but I won't go into all that anyway. But I went and spent a load of time with her, and that's the main thing. So
You had 2 dinners, didn't you?
Two Christmas dinners, didn't you?
I had 2. I was doing a Vicar of Dibley yesterday. I went and had a Christmas dinner with the wife, and then I went to my daughter's and had a fantastic Christmas dinner as well. And
Brussels.
collapsed.
2 lots of Brussels sprouts. So,
Very nice.
One of our special guests, Mr. Fox. See what Mr. Fox got for Christmas. What did you get, Fox?
I got bugger all.
Did
Oh.
Yeah.
you?
We haven't really done Christmas presents for a while because we all got dead old and we're all really skint. So I did buy myself I got some toothpaste for myself.
Yeah.
Yay.
So
That's happy times.
you're kind of in the same position as me. I wasn't expecting anything, and then all these daft idiots sent me a load of Smoo Industries.
Yeah. When I was watching your video, I was just feeling this deep solidarity. I was like,
Yeah, it just kind of gets like bah humbug, doesn't it? Aye.
yeah, it's
Unless
like, I don't mind.
you-
Getting presents.
about.
I did get my gifts from Scott. Thank you, Scott.
Right.
And a few weeks
You're
before,
very
I did get my
welcome.
stuff from Chris and Paul. So, and I got my little tank from E-Models. That was freebie. So I'll count them as Christmas presents.
Yeah, so you're a bit like me then. So I'll not dwell on that one then. So
That's all right. I do have an achievement, though. I do have an achievement.
Oh.
I had the Sprouts on Christmas Day for Christmas dinner. And somehow I managed to eat all my Christmas dinner, and I normally leave loads. But I literally got up from the table, walked into the kitchen, and there was catastrophic farting. And it's like, it's been 10 minutes. That's got to be a record.
As long as there's no lumps in it.
Wow, hello.
As long as there was no lumps in it, you
Oh no, it wasn't a lump and trump, and it was just a normal.
Harry Potter fart.
Right, Mr. Scott Sutherland. I know you don't put your face on camera, but you maybe want to tell us what you got for your Christmas, young man.
Well, I got, for a start, this awesome book.
Well, that's a book. I thought it was a paint set.
No, this is Dr. Cranky's how-to book, which is fantastic.
It's got Colin on the front.
So it does.
Dr. Cranky.
I actually thought that was
Like a how-to.
Right, so a bit like Chris's book on weathering and stuff.
Yeah. So it's got like quite a few of his builds.
Right, I've never actually watched much of Dr. Cranky.
He does lots of like rat rods and things like that. He's really good at it.
Special effects.
Yes,
sort of
that's really cool.
Is he the guy that does all the junkers on that?
Yeah, he specializes in like rat rods and junkers and things, basically cars. He's really cool.
That looks good.
That's great.
And he's obviously at a stage where he can have books published, so I hate him clearly.
There's not too many pictures on how to. It's mostly reading, is it? And then a wee bit of
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not thought of doing a Weathering Gundam book then, Fox?
Say again, mate.
You're not thought of doing a Weathering Gundam book then?
I could do, but it means taking lots of pictures, and that's just a pain in the ass.
I get someone else to do it.
Yeah, I could do. I'd like to, but the thing is, I just copy everybody else a lot of times. So I'll just take some scans of like the Ammo by Mig book, and then I'll just.
That's the first form of flattery, though. Isn't it?
Anything else, Scott? Was that your?
Yes, my sister got me this little photo tent thing.
Sweet.
Oh, has it got lights in that? In it? Is it?
It does, yeah.
Oh.
I think I've got exactly
It's
the
got
same
like
one.
that LED strip.
Oh,
Strap
they're
up
good.
there.
Oh, with the USB thing on this side, yeah. Aye.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Because
And I
you're still
got-
watching the candle light up and Orkney, aren't you?
Yeah, well, it's puffing power in the summer when they're here.
Yeah.
I also got this cool little bike.
Oh,
What scale's
nice.
that? That does look
That's
smart.
35.
Now, I've seen you posting pictures up of that. Look, you said it was quite a complex weight.
Yeah,
like, or something.
Well, it's 127 parts.
Hmm.
That'll be a good build.
Yeah.
So that's 135.
Yeah. And it's just crying out to go in a diorama. And my mum got me another tank.
Oh, is that the one with the interior?
Yeah.
24.
Oh, TK's joined us in the chat. Good
Hi,
evening.
TK.
Merry Christmas, TK. You've had a good.
So Scott, that T54,
Uh-huh.
is that at all in any way influenced by the last E-model show, perhaps?
No, I just randomly picked something off the e-models page when Mum said, "What do you want for Christmas?"
All right, cool.
He just
It's only 970 parts.
So you'll hate it.
Oh,
You'll,
that's okay.
so if you're the winner of that tank, then you'll be like, oh.
Dora's
feel
next.
your Still, I have one of. I just happen to have this one at hand. That's the other mini art one I have. That's the interior kit version.
Oh, that's the one you showed. Aye. Also, you
Yeah,
got two.
that's over 1,000 parts in that kit.
Wow. A mini art good, because I've heard lots of good things about them. I've never built one.
Very, very, very good.
I think it's more they pay a lot of attention to actual rivet countery kind of detail.
Yeah. Well, I'll take this kit out and you'll see.
So would it be immensely satisfying to take such an accurate kit and then paint it like neon pink with Hello Kitties on it and stuff? And then paint it the wrong shade of Dunkelgelb?
Yes.
The rivets on it. This is my special mix of Dunkelgelb.
Well,
Pink.
Competition.
the wheels, it's 3 parts, 3 plastic parts, and that part there for the spokes, there's 2 of those.
That
Wow.
looks a bit like Chris's build, apart from a bit smaller.
Yeah.
Because he
And
had
you
a
get
lot of
this
parts
little-
to those moves as well.
There's a little tool here for like making sure the spokes is the right shape to go in the wheels as well.
You've got a
Chris,
jiggle.
what are you doing on that sprue? Sorry, he said a little. Sorry.
What is it? You have a wee joke to yourself there, Fox.
Yeah, no, moving on.
Yeah, it's the detail and it's fantastic.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I've not actually done a military bike before. Because I like mine shiny. But yeah. So you've done all right.
But my best Christmas present was the fact that the bar went down yesterday, so it's all good.
Right. For viewers that are wondering what on earth this Arcadian guy is talking about, there's a game that comes up on Christmas Day called The Bar. And was it the Doonies and the what is it?
Uppies and Doonies.
The Uppies and Doonies. So the Uppies have to try and get the bar up the tune, and the Doonies have to try and get the bar down the tune, and the one that gets it to the other end, after punching 10 bells of shit out your next door neighbour, wins.
Pretty much, yeah. There's I think there's quite a few scores settled in the middle of it, and it's essentially a giant scrum of probably 200 or 300 men trying to wrestle this ball from one end of Kirkwall to the other. And anybody that would comes up to at this time of year and goes to Kirkwall, and you see like there's like barricades up along the front, all shop fronts on the route that it's going to take. And we keep thinking anybody that comes here at this time of year must think this is a hell of a rough place.
Because everybody's in the streets scrumming.
And then you got all these big barricades over the front of the shops.
I don't know. If you've been to a Scout's wedding, it's probably not that scary. You please take to the dance floor for the fighting.
Right. But talking of Courtney, I've joined the Puffin Club as well. Now I'm trying to see if I get this got right. Is it Erland?
Erland.
Right.
Erland.
So, Erland. Right. So mine's the baby of the bunch. Because he's got a photo of mine sitting next to it. Is it Ted's?
Yeah, that's Sigurd, and there's Thorfinn.
Yeah, and then
we're all.
Fox has got, is it Odo?
Odo. The only one that's not named after Orcadian royalty.
Mike Mountain's got one as well. It's really cool. His daughter got him it, and it's got a sailor's hat on it.
Mojo, mine.
I like that. The sailor's hat. That's awesome.
Yeah, Captain Mojo.
Damn, I need to get Odo a sailor's hat.
Don't say it too loud. Michael Scratchfield one for you.
Or maybe I need to make a sort of to scale, like, I don't know, American GI helmet or something. I don't know.
When I seen Mike with the sailor's hat on, I thought, oh, I bet Skipper Ted would like that.
Some of the dimensions, Fox. I'll scratch build one for you.
So any of you guys bother about New Year or that? I mean, I know it used to be quite a big thing up here in Scotland, but it's kind of played out. Are you having any New Year celebrations?
Yeah, I don't
know really.
Years. No. It's too. Go on, sorry, mate.
Sorry, I don't have much of a choice because it's Hugh Farts in Bed's birthday.
Oh, is it?
What, the first or the 31st?
Yeah, on the first.
Right. Yeah, I did again that. Right, okay. That's a bit shit, isn't it? Your birthday's on New Year. Oh no, that's what
No, worse than that. My mother, when she was alive, bless her, her birthday was on Christmas Day.
It's difficult to forget them, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but she only ever had 2 birthday cakes in her entire life, bless her.
This is saying we've got 10 viewers on here. Do you think that's all the mods in chat? TK and John Paul, and that's it?
Probably.
Yep.
But it's nice John Paul stuck around, bless him. Cheers, mate.
Good old John Paul, that's what I say.
So yeah, so you've got a build on Thursday, Fox, with Ted on. It's on the E-Models channel, isn't it? It's you're doing toon tanks.
Yes, me and Ted are building painting a toon tank. Chris will be with us as well. He'll be the third. He'll be looking after the chat. We won't be able to talk to anybody because we'll be too busy painting.
Yeah.
So Ted and I are doing a toon tank. It was going to be take it out of the box and build it straight away, but it takes a good couple of hours to get it ready. So it'll just be it's mostly built. Get it painted job.
I take it Ted's away prepping hats now then that you've done a little bit on yours to try and obviously make it progress quicker on the live feed.
Yeah, I've got mine all primed up and ready. My KV2.
At least that way you can just put your green on or whatever.
Yeah, it's going to be, well, I've been quite cunning. I'm just going to brush paint everything with Citadels because then I can brush it on, hairdryer it, brush the next coat, hairdryer it.
See the Citadel eye with the washes and everything.
Yeah, the Citadel stuff that e-models don't sell. Oops. But yeah. But hey, they
not. Should we say not yet?
Not yet.
Do you think that's something they could get in? Because I know Games Workshop's got like it's their stuff, but I mean, surely a big model supplier.
It's they've actually Pete's told me in the past that he's constantly getting requests from his local distributor to stock it, but at the moment it's a question of space. He just doesn't have the warehouse space.
You could look after it for him.
I could look after it temporarily.
I mean, there's that many different colours of paints, and some of them have got, you know, not very user-friendly names like Labia Majora and stuff like that. So you just got to really watch.
Well, if he's any small comfort, I've been nagging him about Warhammer stuff as much as I have about Gunpla. So yeah, he knows he's going to get it. It's just when they've got the space. So.
I've got some Warhammer 40k to make. It is nice stuff, and I don't play the game, but I mean, it's just kind of cool.
I reckon, in my opinion, you know, I'll tell you what. Over the years, I used to think Tamir were the dogs for, you know, quality wise, and then I kind of grew out of that. But I've got to tell you, nowadays, I'm thinking like the two best quality manufacturers are Bandai and Games Workshop. Bandai for the snap fit stuff, Games Workshop for the gluey stuff.
Right, well,
the molding is just fantastic. It's like every detail is crisp, and they're just a joy to brush paint because everything's really got relief on it, and I'm really keen to get on with one of those Warhammer kits because they're so much fun.
Have you ever experienced the misery that is Finecast Fox?
No, but I know all about that, so I never will experience the misery that is Finecast. Finecast star, not finest. Yeah.
God, it's horrible.
Thanks, John Paul, for hanging in there. You're our one viewer. Oh, there's somebody else in, Neil Harris. Hiya,
the thing is with Games Workshop, it's expensive. Forge World stuff.
Oh, Forge World stuff costs a fortune, but it's like small run resin, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, resin stuff is quite dear. Like, I mean, I got 3 small resin busts, and I think they're recasts from China. But I mean, they're the 75 to 80 centimeters tall, so they're 1/24 scale. I got them for I think I got the 3 of them for about 16 quid or something like that. But I mean, normally online, there's one. Alex Guital did one, and it's a female stormtrooper that's flinging her hair back.
Oh, I've seen one. Yeah, another one.
And if you go to buy the original casts of them, they're quite expensive. So the recast is a way into it. I know it's kind of robbing the artist that originally sculpted it and molded it, but if they're making them that expensive and people want them, it's going to happen.
So that's not so bad, Terry. When you look at the Forge World stuff and a Titan, you're talking £2,000 for everything.
Yep. The difference with that,
actually, how did that make that? I'm not aware of it at all.
The thing is with the Games Workshop stuff, though, is we're looking at it as model makers. If you look at it as somebody who plays tabletop games, it's not that expensive because it's part of an expensive hobby anyway. So, well, we look at it as model makers to make a display model, and it's like that's kind of expensive, like for what it is. But if you're doing the tabletop gaming thing, if you're into your Warhammers, you're already in an expensive sort of, you know.
Well, I've got one of their
hobby anyway, so
one of their tanks, and one thing I did notice about the construction of it is like the thickness of the plastic, because obviously they're handling them and they're moving them without boards. It's really quite thick, robust. It's made out of.
I'll tell you what, I mean, I love the plastic they come in because it's so nice to, you know, I've got my little scrapey tool thing, my little seam line remover.
We have all
it works perfectly with their plastic, but I'll tell you what, this works perfectly. I mean, getting rid of seam lines now and getting rid of things where I've filled it with glue. I don't bother with sandpaper and stuff anymore on a flat surface. Just do that. Done.
Because this channel isn't sponsored by e-models, guys, right? Get on your local Games Workshop, and it's made by Citadel, right? And it's a seam line tool.
Yep.
Right? It's one of the best things that you'll get for moving.
I'm just thought I'd join in because
Yeah, they don't sell Chris's finger. But I mean, this
because
thing is
obviously the new model speed, you can't put the Citadel thing in, but I mean, it's Citadel. It's made by Games Workshop. It's well worth getting in.
I mean, because I was using it the other day when I was doing my big Unicorn Gundam, and I had a seam line right down the middle of the weapon, so I filled it with glue, and then I filled it with sprue glue, and I've got the sprue glue all over the gap and stuff. And normally, you just carefully put some paint on it till get your guide coat, and you'd sand it down.
Yeah,
and you'd be really careful. You get rid of the glue. I didn't. I just got this, and I did that over it. And it was like flat. You don't get scrape mark. You don't get sanding marks. It just comes out.
It's sharp, but it's like a really well machined flat edge, so it doesn't gouge. It just scrapes.
Yeah.
I was looking at chat there. TK's saying, "How did he end up in here anyway?" Neil Harris is saying, "Merry Christmas to everybody." Smoo, start doing more of these live. I will if there's interest. We'll maybe do one a week. But there's obviously the E-Models live feed on a Monday, which I like to watch myself, so I'm not going to put anything on at the same time. And we also have the ISM live on a Friday, so if I was doing something, it would probably either be a midweek or a weekend, and at the weekend, a lot of folk are with their families, so but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm not expecting a load of viewers tonight, but I mean, and Fox won't always be on and stuff like that, but I mean, it's...
oh, yes, he will. Fox on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hold on, wait now. I'm just going to. Well, what's this? What's this is happening here?
The Fox will always be on.
Fox is double. Fox.
Fox,
what have you got to say, Fox? Fox, what have you got to say tonight?
I'm not sure about the dark, demonic, possessed, satanic eyes. I don't know.
We'll get Ted.
I thought he was going to sit and go gunplug. Oh wait! Oh, you've got. Oh wait a minute. Right, hold on. Ted, are you there, Ted? Ted.
Oh, hang on.
Oh wait a minute. Well, Ted, I've got this tartan paint. And I want to put it on the model. Can you tell me how I would put it on the best way?
Put on.
That's not the real Ted. He's in focus.
That's the most Ted's been in focus for months.
What's quite funny is when he turns it out, he's just managed to get it slightly out of focus.
All right. No, turn it off.
Oh,
yeah.
Here we go. She's going to come in and steal the show. Dave's wee granddaughter. Oh, she's lovely.
Is that a Christmas present there, Dave?
Yeah, it's a Kindle Fire with a kids' proof thing. Tommy got one as well. No, turn the music off, Munchkin. You can't have music on. You'll get a shot. Right, go on then. No.
The gods of YouTube will not be happy.
I'll see you in a minute.
Neil was talking about I plan to do more of these. We've kind of chatted about it. We might go into weekly if there was enough, but maybe once a month or something, or twice a month, as Festal was saying, or Colin.
Just say
sorry about that.
I'll just say a quick hello to my neighbour 2 doors away. He's joined in tonight. Bob Smith. He's a mad biker with a CB400N. Called it a Hulk. If you bikers will know what that means.
Pressure's on.
Just do
classic
randomly, and it'll be a bike of some sort.
It's a 4-stroke 2-cylinder parallel twin.
Thank you very much.
I know there were words there. Smoo, but the meaning is lost on me.
It's the little baby brother of the Honda CB400 4-cylinder Super Sport.
That's just more letters.
The only one I know is the Honda Sierra F1000L. It's the only bike I know about.
And that be the 1/6 scale one.
I believe they do quite a big kit of it, yeah.
But I heard that they actually had to bring it to 1/6 scale so that you could actually ride a real bike. You've been so small because I've heard you're
too big. It's a little bit too big. I couldn't reach the floor.
It's one of those little ones.
Doesn't matter whose stream you're on, Chris. Somebody's going to take the mickey out of you.
Right, I'm going. I've had enough of this.
They went in the Honda showroom and they went, "Here, mate, you want this Tamiya one? You'll never fit on the real thing."
Can I just point out as well when Chris was doing his Honda, when he was putting the spokes on the wheels, it was the single most stressful thing I've ever watched in my entire life. And I've watched some stressful stuff, but watching him kind of get those spokes into the little holes, I was like,
But you're just waiting just a wee bit.
I was waiting for the ping.
I tell you what, Sandra, I'm usually freezing in my modelling room. This onesie, this Captain America onesie is brilliant. And yeah, and I'm in the Tiny Penis Club badge is yeah. That's all I've got to say about the matter. So yeah,
the conversation just stops.
Yeah. Oh well, aye.
So we all had your back there, mate, didn't you?
Yeah, it's like the whole room empty, and I'm sitting there and chatting, moaning that all the viewers disappear and everything. It's like, yeah, okay.
I'm hearing a YouTube voice going, "Limited to no ad revenue."
Yeah.
Well, all these guys, all these daft idiots, sent me bits and bobs. I've got a video up my channel for Christmas, what I got at Christmas, because, like, folks, I wouldn't have ended up with any on Christmas Day because I'm a sad devil. And all the Smoo Industries jokes and all that. So if you want a wee laugh, there's me opening my presents here. But yeah, some of the imagination of these guys, what they make up and all that. Eh?
I was going to.
So I have actually got a kit. Ed Force One. I wouldn't have anywhere to put it. I wouldn't have anywhere to put it.
I've had a brainwave for that, you know. That your Smoo Industries gun performer, you could send it to Fox to have it weathered.
I was going to weather it myself, actually, in the style of Fox. and
what you
the medium of exotic.
It up a little bit. That's how I do it.
Yeah, and then put it on a display with music of exotic dance in the background. Yeah.
What, the Blue Oyster Bar music again?
Yeah, I might do a Blue Oyster Bar dial for it. Yeah.
Where's the fag machine?
Where's the fag machine? Oh, my coffee's went cold in my E-Models mug. Cheers, E-Models. I want a mug. So I've got cold coffee. I checked it for leaks and everything. It's all right. So, yeah.
So the quality's too high for a Smoo Industries rip-off then? If it's got no...
Yeah, well, I think I was doing a Smoo Industries one. It would need to be like, you know, did you ever have a shot in the pot or spool when you were at high school? You know, you throw the clay on, you're trying to, and it's all over the place. If you could get like really wonky cups with really squiffy handles, and then have, you know, like Smoo.
Ours would have the handle on the inside.
I think the handle has to be made out of masking tape or something rather than actual cup.
Years ago, stuff. I used to work for Halsey Pottery years ago. I was a mold maker for the machines. I used to just make the mold that the cups were pressed onto for me. That was a few years ago.
Yeah.
I did see a blog the other day. It was on the BBC website. It was this woman who she makes one-off products that are awkward to look at, and if you ever try to use them. So, for example, and this is Smoo Industries. For example, there's a watering can where the spout points up and back into the watering can, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh, I'm with you now. I thought you meant some sort of specialist things.
No. She just makes one products, but they're designed to be completely impractical and awkward, and they're just uncomfortable to.
I think I saw something similar. So, like a chair with two legs that are much longer than the other two.
Yeah, what else was there? There was something else.
They're handy for sitting on a hillside.
Yeah.
There was a kettle that was like that wide with a little kind of spout. So if you poured it, you just get like a wall of stuff coming out.
John Paul was saying there that he used to do live feeds, but he got banned for 90 days for spam on his video. What sort of spam?
If it's a live feed.
He was probably eating spam sandwich.
Yeah. Spam.
Yeah. John Cleese in the background, yeah.
Unless
the only spam I like
music playing in the background, and that's copyright infringement. That's why you don't have music playing in the background on your videos. Unless you know it's public domain. No. Or usable.
I had Metallica playing on one of my videos when I shot it.
Yeah, that'll get pulled.
No, I had one where I'd used a small snippet of something before I knew about all the copyright thing, and all they do is, in a minor case, they just actually just got a video and all.
Yeah, I mean, I was right about it. I didn't even realise that it was going in the background, you know. But
yeah, it's amazing.
There's a few things they'll do. If somebody's registered it as theirs and they say this is ours and they dispute it, they'll stop monetization.
Yeah.
For 30 days, and you can dispute it. And at the end of 30 days, it either It's removed if they don't hear back from the person that complained, if they got it wrong. And I've had that a few times. I've used some music I've recorded, my own stuff, and somebody else has claimed it's theirs, and I've been like, no, don't think so. And then nothing's happened, so they just give it back. Or they'll just the
way the rules work, folks, if I'm right, is if say like Star Wars theme is copyrighted, but if you get your keyboard out and you play the Star Wars theme exactly the same as what it is, but because it's a cover that you've done, you're allowed to put that on because it's something that you've played.
It's a grey area. In the States, you can do that. Outside the States, yeah. So it's a very grey area. That's kind of sometimes they might just take monetization off but keep the video up. The other thing they've done as well, they might do as well, is some copyright holders have actually said, I don't mind sharing revenue, so people can use this as long as I get half the money. So I've got that cover of Jean-Michel Jarre's Magnetic Fields that I did. And Jarre actually said, I don't want people not to do cover versions of my music anymore, so anybody can if they want. So that went up, and it's a cover, and it's revenue sharing, so automatically it goes half to me and half to the copyright holder. Instead of just pulling the video off completely, they just say you can have it, but half the money goes towards the person that holds the copyright.
So I didn't realise, but Facebook did the same thing.
Yes.
It's when I built my when I did my little beach buggy with the nail stuff, I used the Beach Boys track in the background.
That's right.
And I had to find the version.
That's why I said to you, if you're going to put Beach Boys on in the background, get a cover version. Because I think you got a cover version on and it went up all right, didn't it?
It was one of those pop albums from the 70s playing.
Well, see, like so that video I put up for Christmas Day, Fox, where I was basically swearing my head off because when I get excited, I start swearing.
Yeah, me too.
How did YouTube figure out, because I got the wee orange thing saying might not be suitable for all advertisers, you know, on the monetization thing. Is there something that actually listens to every word that's said in the video? Yeah, basically. When you upload a video and it's going through processing, what it's doing is it's analysing the audio to see if there's any copyright music. Right. So it listens to it and says, that's this song by this band. It sounds very similar. That might be a problem. It also analyses the video. So if I suddenly had a video and I used 2 minutes of a television program, it would spot. That's why if you go on YouTube and you see like a full episode of a TV show, and you'll see it sometimes, it's actually, you'll get the screen as a static image and then a little version of the TV show. Or it might be a little faster or a little slower than normal. That's because people are trying to get around YouTube's automated detection. So it's not because I put on it that there may be some swearing in this and viewer discretion is advised, so they didn't pick up on that. No, they literally scan the audio. Every time we do like a Treehouse After Hours, it's not monetized because they're swearing. Yeah. So so that's how they pick. And it's even things like images. They'll pick up, if you use a copyright image, just for 2 seconds, they'll pick it. They'll find it. Yeah, right. I had a pop-up of Jean-Luc Picard out of Star Trek, giving it one of those what the fuck expressions. Yeah. I got picked up on that. So how does that go with, like, so obviously us guys build models and stuff, and we might want to share products that are copyrighted or whatever, or is it like more like someone had said that, you know, as long as you don't use swearing with it, we don't mind. It just add WTF, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I mean, the whole thing about where it says it may not be suitable for some advertisers, that's all as a result of the whole advert gate thing that happened a few months ago, where people were pulling all their advertising from YouTube because their adverts were going up against questionable material videos. So YouTube got really... Pampers or want to sell baby nappies, and it's going to a channel where somebody's like, and they're like... Well, if I remember rightly, it was some children's thing, and it was on an ISIS video. Yeah. Oh my god! So it was like, I mean, the video got pulled anyway, obviously, but they were like, "Yeah, we don't want that." It was like some chain store or something. So they've got really quite careful about it now. So when you get that may not be suitable thing, it's quite good because I got one the other day and it said it may not be suitable, and I used once in the video I used the word boob. So it said. It said, this may not be suitable, but you can dispute it. And it's usually what it does is, if you get the yellow $sign, you say, please dispute, please review this manually. And all it means is when it gets to 1,000 views, somebody actually sits and watches it and then says, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
So it's
I'm not going to contend it because I did say the B word and the F word and almost said the C word because of Dave Weiser and Gone Barker. So yeah,
it's worth doing it anyway. It's worth doing it anyway because it's just, if it says the request a manual review, it just means somebody sits and watches it. So
I see Paul's turned up in the chat. He's on the wrong side of the camera for some reason, but he says it's not fair, but it's coming to cause chaos. And he says he was also, we're lucky that he's not there because there's no way we'd be able to monetize it with his language in it.
yeah, he must still be at that close, is he?
I don't know why he's not coming. Come on, you're still in the chat. Turn your phone around. Come on, join in.
yeah, come on, Dave.
Come on, Paul.
I think we've been really well so far.
TK's just saying in chat as well, and this is something else because I always, when people say to me about making videos for YouTube, I always say, you know, be careful about what music you use. Don't just go and use your favorite song because it will be copyright and it will get pulled or muted. A lot of people use these things where they go on websites and it says all our music's royalty free, you can use it. And TK had a thing where he did that. It was a website that said all the music was royalty free, and he used it, and it got a copyright dispute. But it's because it was copyright free, someone else got the same music and tried to sell it on a CD, and their automated system thought it was not royalty free.
Right.
And he disputed it, and it was in his favor in the end. He said, yeah, it's fine. I've actually had my stuff, all my music that I wrote is public domain. I made it public domain. But there's a guy who puts some into a CD and he's selling it on Amazon, which is fine. It's public domain.
And sometimes
I got a copyright warning.
Some people put it out and say, you're welcome to use it as long as somewhere in your credits you put the music as such and such by myself.
Yeah, that's
that's what
Creative
I do.
Commons, and that's where you want to go to, like Incompetech or something, because he's got tons of stuff. You'll hear it all the time on YouTube. Everybody uses it.
I was going to say,
That's
TK, I don't have TK on my friends list or anything like that, but folks, if you want to send him the link for the Hangout, he's welcome to join. There's no point in him sitting in the chat if he wants to join in on the...
What, Paul?
Well, Paul knows.
Oh, TK.
TK,
Yeah. TK, do you want to join? I'll send him the link anyway.
feel free to add
And a memento.
I've never really had a chance to chat with TK. I mean, it's just the cave members usually. So yeah, hi.
He does win the ball.
Nobody can get a word.
TK, I will send you the magical linkage. If I can find a message, never mind.
It'd be nice to get the crazy Viking in.
Crazy Viking.
It'll take me a while to get my dry brush goatee anywhere near what TK's got. I mean, he can stir his tea with his one.
The thing with my beard is, I'm envious of TK's manly locks that go from his chin, but I'm thinking if I grow my beard out to that long this way, it's going to be that wide this way. I don't know how to do where it's like not sticking out this far when the beard. I don't know how.
Who was that? Who was that actor
There is-
shouted all the time?
There was a question that I'd like to ask TK about his beard. Actually, does he actually eat, or does he just filter feed?
Paul's in.
Paul Stewart's in. Yeah.
Hiya, Paul.
Hello.
Oh yes, he's got a fucking hat on.
You've got a couple of minutes worth of me.
So you're still up at the in-laws, Paul, then, are you? Oh, I love the hat.
What hat?
Did I hat with my
I know I said to stuff the turkey,
Oh,
mate,
shit.
but you know.
It's class.
Is it wrong that the first thing I thought was head crab?
So what have I
Yeah,
missed?
I'm not sticking my hand up that turkey. I've done 200.
I just want to know what happened to giblets. I don't want to know what happened to giblets.
Did you have a good Christmas, Paul?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Two
Did you-
Christmas dinners in 2 days, so
2 Christmas dinners.
feeling kind of full today. Yeah, three people yesterday, 12 today. So
So you ate 3 people yesterday and 12 today, and then you stuck your head up a turkey's arse.
pretty much. That's a normal Christmas for me.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to think that was secret language code for something, but with Paul, it's not. It literally is just stick your head up a turkey's ass.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a shave special
brilliant.
for you as well, Smoo.
Oh, you've had a shave. Yeah, Fox didn't bother. He just fucking put his face in a hedge. Well, I'm trying not to swear too much, but you know.
Well, I'm hoping that eventually I'll
No,
just
not
walk down the
that-
street and the trees will just fall over by themselves because
What's that drunken actor that used to shout all the time? Oh, what's his name?
Have you seen David Letterman now? He's got an enormous beard.
No.
Yeah.
You know what David Letterman doesn't have, but now he's got this massive grey beard, and it's huge, and it's really weird to look at him with a massive beard. Like a beard envy.
I just noticed in chat. Sorry. Yeah, I just noticed in chat there that John Paul's actually joining us from Canada.
Wow.
That's cool. I like all that ice road truckers and what is it? The other one.
There's nothing else in Canada. Just ice road truckers and moose.
Highway through hell or something.
No, there's the other one where they're building houses out in Alaska and stuff.
Alaska's not in Canada.
Alaska's America, mate.
Oh no, I've just done the big faux pas, haven't I?
You've just
That's
said
like calling them the Orkneys.
like that.
You're going to be in trouble.
What it is I've got this American super suit on, so that's it's fragile.
Yeah, you just need to tell Scott. You just need to tell Scott that he's Scottish now, and you've completed it.
Yeah.
He's from Shetland. He's from the Shetland, isn't he?
Can I point out, by the way, that "Oh Canada" is my favourite national anthem ever.
No,
I used it the other day in a video, and now it's on my playlist because it's such a brilliant national anthem.
Do you know, I do worry about your musical taste.
Yeah.
So does everybody who ever worries about my musical taste.
I forgot Alaska.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that guy that was doing the Canada for President thing, Fox?
What's that?
Have you seen the guy who's doing the Canada Party for President of the United States? I don't know if you've seen
I
that.
like the sound of that.
Yeah.
I've been watching The West Wing lately, and it's like I've got to the point now because people ask me what do I think of Donald Trump, and it's like I might just get a Bartlett for President sticker to put on my car.
You watched the
Yeah, good show.
Dave, are you actually model making?
I am.
What are you up?
Yeah.
I'm leaning over a fucking balcony.
I am.
That's what we do. We stick big.
Don't do it, Paul. Don't do it.
Yeah, I've been wiring up Congo, mate.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, Paul.
Oh, God. Also, there's actually people being productive today. All right, okay.
Just think of the mess Paul would make if he hit the ground after eating all them dinners.
Yeah.
Again, you have to re-slab the patio.
All those stuffing balls.
Paul did share with me and Chris the other day a picture of his lunch and then a picture of his Christmas dinner, and it's like, fat bloater. Jeez. It's like plate this big.
Oh, it used to be like that.
Yeah, I was quite.
It would be piled high.
I was quite upset on Friday. Friday was payday, and my wife decided she was going to come into work and do the Christmas shopping. Do you know what he spent? A couple of £100 on things like, you know, the stuffing and the jars of pickles and that. I've got quite a few children, and she's walking around with my children and 3 trolleys. And when I got home, I said to her, "How much did you spend today, then, darling?" In Morris, she said, "After staff discount, £346."
I believed that up until you said that you called your wife darling.
Yeah, aye.
Yeah. When I saw Asma live, I wouldn't say what I normally called her, but
Pip made an appearance before we went live, and I told her she's not allowed to go topless tonight because she'll have everybody's eyes out. So, yeah, John Paul's saying his Prime Minister sucks. So I don't know if his name is Mr. Vacuum Cleaner or something. I don't know anything about
Justin Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau, yeah. I thought he's supposed to be like the young, knowledgeable, technology savvy, everybody loves him Prime Minister.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought he was like his hero because he's young and knowledgeable, and he's not a complete buffoon like some presidents.
Politics, and I keep an eye on all the carry on with Trump and all his tweeting and stuff, but I'm not really overly aware of any other overseas politics apart from Kim Jong, let's blow the planet up.
It's to think that they all laughed when Reagan became president. If only they knew.
Yeah.
That's that whole thing in the Simpsons predicting Trump being president, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
There's so many things they predicted right. It's great.
Make Donald Trump.
Whenever anybody mentions Ronald Reagan, I just always think of all the spitting image puppets.
Yeah.
Could you imagine spitting image doing Donald Trump?
They should bring that
actually, I'll tell you what, the guys that made Spitting Image are actually making a new Spitting Image for the US Sluck and Law.
Yeah, they've done
And they actually showed, it was on the BBC website, they showed a photograph of their Donald Trump puppet. And it's crap because it just looks like Donald Trump. It's not a caricature at all. Which either means that Donald Trump is that weird that you can't caricature him because that's what he looks like anyway. Or they've lost the knack.
I remember seeing a picture somebody put up and it was like grass tufts on a beach. Donald Trump hair factory or something.
Imagine if the Muppets did it, they would have like a wee animal under his hair that would go, hello, and his wig would be talking.
Do you remember how, like, in the old Spitting Image there, Ronald Reagan used to like run out of batteries?
Yeah.
He'd be like, fellow Americans, and then like
the president's
speaker, his speaker was called John, his spokesman was like Speaks or something.
TK,
recharge your batteries.
Sorry, but in there, Fox. TK saying, Fox, you don't read your messages, do you?
TK's mom. Well, I haven't got my messages open. Hang on.
It's just TK's he doesn't read. Everyone
if I have more than one tab open, my computer screams. So he says,
got a new computer. That's no excuse.
TK says he's not dressed for live TV, so TK's clearly not naked.
Probably, yeah.
And
again,
I'm not dressed for live TV either, but you know, you can't all be in the small thingy club. Yeah. And it went quite again. I mentioned the badge. Yep. I'm not going to wear that again. The guy said you've got to wear it.
Solidarity with you, Smoo, because I've got my pajama pants on.
I thought you were going to
the pattern though. Oh, aye, man. Aye, that's bra.
Actually, talking of the Muppets, I've got mine on. Got my animal ones on.
Oh, I've got
Chris, stand up. Oh no, you are, aren't you?
Animal.
Animal ones.
Yeah, for the benefit of the world, I am fully dressed.
Which makes a nice change.
Yes, it does.
So the man with the turkey on his head is the only normally dressed one.
Wandering around in my pants.
I thought they said black was supposed to be quite slimming.
It is.
Can we change the subject from turkeys on? To be honest, guys, I've had enough turkeys these last couple of weeks.
For anybody watching,
Sith bathrobe, not naked.
For anybody watching back this live feed later on, Dave Weiser Barker is a butcher and he works for a well-known supermarket. And he's been stuffing turkeys and stuff and ripping gizzards.
No, he doesn't. He just walks around he just sneaks in behind the meat counter.
A Sith bathrobe, TK saying. You just keep your lightsaber well behind that bathrobe, though.
Yeah, for those of you who remember LEG, Debbie McGee.
Oh, Debbie McGee.
I say, as soon as the missus finds out I'm on the hangout, I'm going to be in so much fucking trouble.
I'll leave it on when you're in trouble. That'd be great. Just keep it quietly down on one side.
Yeah, the domestic.
Yes, I'm
I
just
was trying to get home early.
So you're on the balcony, so you've escaped. You're at the in-laws, aren't you?
Is that the stairs? Somewhere down there? Yeah. I've basically just snuck upstairs.
So she's not going to get suspicious that you're just on your own talking.
No, he does that.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. She can hear Chris. She'll just assume he's come to visit.
Just say "Hey Siri" every now and then, and she'll just realise she'll just assume it's the phone being an ass.
Yeah.
So if she can hear Chris, does that mean she's gonna pretend she's not in? So you say?
Yeah.
Good plan.
Well, me. Oh, beer. So who's overindulged in alcohol over Christmas then?
No. Yeah, teetotal as well.
I had a bit of brandy cream earlier.
New Year will be a different story. I'll get a bottle in for New Year.
I got my Scotch from Scott, but I drank it all before Christmas because it's too nice not to drink.
I was seeing as I'm Scottish. Seeing as I'm Scottish, I was thinking about doing a Hogmanay live feed.
It's got to be better than Jules Holland.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get monetized for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys bother, but I mean, Hogmanay. I usually have a wee drink up to the bells, and then.
Who was the guy? Who was the guy that used to do Hogmanay every year? Andy. something.
Andy Stewart.
Andy Stewart.
Andy
Stewart.
Yeah.
I remember
Any
watching
relation, Paul?
Donald,
No,
where's
no.
your trousers?
Nothing to do with me.
Aye.
Donald, where's your trousers? I mean, we used to watch that every year because my dad was from Glasgow, so we used to watch Andy Stewart's Hogmanay every year. Wow, that's good.
Yeah, the Reverend I Am Jolly. Good evening and welcome to Late Call. And tonight I would like to. or he did the policeman. All right, you Sterling, get out the car. With the police motorbike and the funny hat and all that. They don't have stuff like that now. It's all, even on, like the local television channel, STV, it's all Glasgow and everything. It's like, oh, and they will flick across to Edinburgh for the fireworks. It's like, all right, cheers.
Then they come to Orkney and it's a film of 300 blokes in Broad Street and Kirkwall kicking the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
They tried filming a firework in Orkney, but it blew over to Shetland.
Actually, it's been flat calm the last 2 days.
I'm trying to remember when I was at school, we were talking about Up Helly-Ah. Now, is that Orkney or Shetland?
Shetland.
Which was burning the Viking longship.
Yeah, they burn the replica longship.
Yeah, is that Shetland or Orkney?
Yes, that's Shetland. There's a lot of Orkney
Shetland.
folk go up to. It's quite a spectacle. I can just see
he's not over it. He's only had one bottle of Lefroy. A full bottle of Lefroy, 12-year-old malt. Surely not, TK. He'd be blowing bubbles.
It's not how much he's drunk, it's the time scale he's drunk the full bottle of Lefroy over.
Ah, right, okay.
Like half an hour. Good man.
Necking it, dude. Oh, brilliant.
Shotgun it with a straw in the top.
I haven't gone mad. I have had a couple of rums this last few days.
Have you got any left?
Yeah, well, what was it? Dave was playing a card game on was it Christmas Day night, and we sort of hung out for a little bit. What's that card game? It's hilarious.
Oh, Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity. Oh, that's a crazy game.
I think there's an online version. I'll have to have a look.
No.
It gives us a series of ridiculous questions and ridiculous answers.
Not very politically correct.
Yes,
Yes.
As I said to you all earlier, I was going to play it with my family. They played it yesterday, and it traumatized them so much they took a load of the cards out and kept playing.
Did they?
Yeah.
Was your dark side revealed?
I didn't even get a chance.
Did you have 3 cards left or something? You couldn't have had very many left in there.
I did have my favourite answer card at one point, which was a ginger hairy ballsack. Is my favourite answer card on Cards Against Humanity.
Didn't know you made it into the game, Dave.
Well,
Oh,
Smooth
TK saying
a family-friendly stream and somebody mentions Cards Against Humanity. Fail.
Yeah, it's not going to
Yeah,
be is it?
we went from 13 down to 10. That's it. We've killed it.
Yeah. But we went all politically correct, and that's the end of it.
10 years old.
I find it quite hard when I'm doing my modelling videos because I do swear. I try not to swear.
Oh, Paul's
But
muted.
it's
He
not
must.
just-
I think it's Paul's being hunted. He's muted himself.
Yeah.
I think they found him.
Yep, he's nodding.
Yeah.
Stop the clock! Stop the clock!
He's up.
Quick,
Stick
get
it
the
up.
camera on your backside.
Yeah. Go on, Annika.
Busted.
Bad
Should
school.
talk him
Because there's someone just gone to some upstairs. There's someone gone to the toilet.
Bad boys,
No, he's
bad
back.
boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Well, Scott's building something. I think
That's the front wheel for the bike.
that's tiny.
That's not very
With the
big, is
Little
it?
bit crisp.
That's massive, that one.
I'm a who's
What you've got,
Bigger than Chris's head.
you've got to put the spokes in there, Scott.
Yeah.
Right, I'm
Good
going to
luck,
bug because I might be able to get home.
Go on,
and
do
join
it now.
for
Do it
real.
now. We'll watch.
Might see you soon, guys. Bye.
All right, well, you
Bye,
take
Paul.
care.
Happy New Year.
Ball.
That was like watching one of those.
Hello, mate.
Watching Paul was like watching one of those BBC things, where panoramas, where like some guy goes to infiltrate like a soccer hooligan group or something, or a national front meeting or something.
I want to watch
Camera in
Scott
the
build
toilet
this wheel.
smoking.
I want to watch Scott build this wheel, and I want to see if Fox actually manages to eat his own hand while he's watching it.
Well, no, because he won't have it. It won't be I don't think it'll be as delicate and destructible as yours. There'll be less pingage potential.
I think it is. Look, you watch.
Bing.
Tiny spokes.
It's tiny.
What's the manufacturer of that kit then?
It's mini art.
Oh, it's mini art. Right, okay. Yeah.
I've got a calendar stuck in my head now.
Yeah, it's photo etched though. That's much more bendable than plastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott will have spokes stuck to his face tomorrow morning when he wakes up. They'll be on his pillow. And
Nobody tell him.
Oh, I can hear a child.
Yeah, that'll be my 4-year-old granddaughter.
A child? Pass me the shotgun.
Pass me a shotgun.
Oh, here she comes.
Paul!
Oh,
Once again, you can't have music on, darling. Because we've got this on live, you're not allowed to put music on, darling. Right,
Sport.
Oh.
No.
That's not fair.
Bless her cotton socks.
Quite funny when she was on the other day and she's just yapping away and nobody could get a word in. She's dancing away and everything. She's a wee cheeky wee soul.
She seems to have taken the shine to Mike for some reason, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think
Mike's like the friendly grandpa, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think she knows that you realise that they're on the same intellectual level.
It's well weathered.
Well, then she should like Chris because they're on literally the same level. So.
Ooh.
It wasn't very good. You should boo me because it wasn't very good.
Is this us getting on the sizest jokes now, is it?
He's gone now. See, he's strumped off.
That's that. He's off in the huff.
Yeah, I'm huffing now. I'm not here. I've gone. I'm not here.
The circle.
The strange thing is, he's actually taller than me. But
What's quite funny is when his gross models ball comes up on the screen and it's talking and it's radiating out, it looks like something out of Star Wars.
The whole thing with Chris's size is actually started because he sent me. He volunteered. Was it you or Paul that sent me the picture?
I don't remember now.
I think Chris himself sent me a photograph of him stood next to this guy at his archery thing, and this guy's like about 18 feet tall. But Chris like, stood next to him like that, and he just looked about 3 feet tall. So that's where it all started. He's not actually that small.
Well, I'm shorter than Paul. And
Right, TK's
as far
off.
as Paul's concerned. No, TK. Bye. I'm shorter than Paul, and as far as Paul's concerned, that means that I'm short. So, yeah.
Well, most folk are shorter than me. I'm 6'5", so aye.
Yeah, I'm shorter than you.
Yeah, a little bit. Aye. See, your gross models things took me ages to figure out what that was because I thought it was just like because you were building like really gross models.
Yeah, it's sort of a deliberate play on words. But I'm happy I got the logo done now. I got the logo done so it looks nice and it's got the 144 in it as well.
144 in it, yeah. Because you'll be like old school, like, yeah, I'll have a gross of eggs, please.
Yeah.
By the way, Mama Fox says hello to everybody.
Hello, Mum.
She was watching, but a battery on her iPad was going.
So is
we all just said hello, but it's too late.
is Mama Fox a fox then?
he's charging.
Talking to foxes, there's Pip. Aye, Pip.
Hey, Pip.
Evening.
Oh,
I need back. Look, they're all smoking. I need back.
okay.
Egg.
I'm not supposed to be cough like that. What two?
Thanks.
How many leopards did you kill to make those pajama bottoms? How many cats?
Skin stuff.
How many cats are actually in it? I thought you would get that one. Looks like you had a good Christmas, so Pip, did you? Yeah, be glad.
Stop.
He just asked you a question. So
you had a nice Christmas, didn't you?
Hectic.
Hectic. You'll be glad when you manage to get them all out of your house again.
Only 4 of them that got to go. The others
yeah, you can't get rid of me that easy, you know.
Is we Archie still there, is he?
Huh?
We Archie.
We Archie, the bobblehead baby that was sort of last night. The voice of the Mr. Ons. This is the voice of the Mr. Ons.
Fucking hell! Why are you falling over things?
I was actually looking at. I know you're sponsor B models and that, Fox, but there's a cracking model shop in Edinburgh called Wonderland Models, and I was just flicking through. They had offers on that one, and they've got a huge sci-fi range, and I've seen some that brought back a lot of memories. They've got a scale model of Robbie the robot from is it Lost?
Danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah, and it's about 80 quid.
Does not compute.
I'm getting it. On 6.
I remember the days when Channel 4 went through a phase of showing all those old Irwin Allen series like Lost in Space and Land of the Giants and stuff. Time Tunnel.
I like all that kind of stuff.
On in January, aren't they?
Are they?
Channel Lost in Space is starting.
Oh, new series?
Lost in Space is
No, the original series, they're re-showing them.
It's on Forces TV.
Lost in Space.
It's probably a lot worse than we remember it being, though, isn't it?
It will be.
These shows, they're really, really bad.
Well, it was like when Fox started building that Space 1999 transporter, and I can always remember watching UFO and Space 1999. I thought it was the bee's knees. And then he sent me a link to watch the whole of the series 1, and I started watching it. I went, that really was quite bad.
Yeah. Yeah, just be grateful you didn't watch series 2, because series 2 was even worse.
Yeah.
But it was bad in a good way.
It's just how the aliens all seem, they kept bumping out all these aliens that sort of were taking control of people and making them. What's he doing? He's standing like this on a keypad going, oh, he's entering the main computer. Computer, what's happening, computer? And the computer's like, I don't know.
There was one episode, though, when I was a child that actually scared me to death. And it was like these wrecks. There was a collection of space hulks, these wrecks that they found. And there was some creature inside it that sort of didn't just eat you, but it took all the moisture out of the body, and just this husk came out the other end. That terrified me as a child, that episode.
Yeah. And then
It's always the classic bit where the guy's there and he's saying, Commander, I'm picking up the special effect of the week on sensors. By special effect, we mean get a light bulb, just put it really out of focus. There you go, done.
Yeah.
Got to show it 3 times, though, because otherwise we could get our money's worth out of it.
Yeah. Computer, what should we do? And then the whole place blows up and goes, evacuate. That's fucking good nonsense.
The thing is, like, it says, put all this information into the computer. It says, typing away on this keyboard, and there's no markings on the keyboard. Let's make that the first point. They're all blank keys. When you see a close-up, it's like, wow, you've got to be clever. And then there's no screen. How do they know what they're typing? And then it comes out on a piece of paper, and they're like, hang on.
Oh, but when they took control of that guy and he's standing at the wall with the main computer with that big pad, and you just see all his fingers going
like that. The scary thing is, I'm now remembering all these episodes as you're talking about them.
Yeah. Yeah, there were some strange ones.
Oh, yeah. But the theme tune, you've got to give it for the theme tune.
Yeah, I do like that, yeah. Yeah.
If you ever do remake it, you've got to keep that theme tune. Seriously, they have to.
I thought that must have taken you ages. That was quite clever because I actually, when I watched the series and I could see how you put it together, but it was like to create all those different layers of audio track and then build them up. It was quite clever. It was a good laugh. I think that was the best thing of watching.
Yeah, we watched the titles and then turned off.
I'd watch the titles and then rewind it and watch the titles again and then just go, I'm not bothered where he's got to.
Yeah, don't care about the build. Well, the thing is, I mean, the tune itself, because it had been in my head for about 6 weeks, I thought, I've got to... So I just recorded, it took me about a day to record the music, but that was the easy bit. The real pain in the bum was after I did the first episode, and it took me about 2.5 hours to make the title sequence. I thought, I've shafted myself here, because I have to do it every single damn time.
Well, you weren't going to, were you? You said you weren't going to do that on the first one.
Yeah, then I realised I had to keep doing it, and it was really like 2 or 3 hours of work just to do the title sequence. It's like, editing it all together. It's like,
And there's no way you could have done it in sections where you could have just slotted in the material.
No, I had to like find a clip and then cut the piece I wanted and then make sure it's the right length and fits with the music and then get the next clip. And it was a nightmare.
So how many? There was more than 6 episodes though, so you must have been at that for a while.
Yeah.
No, there was only 6. He only ever does 6.
Only does 6.
And then the other 4 were 6.1, 6.2, 6.3.
Scott doesn't have number 7 on it.
Scott posted
Internet broke when I did episode 7.
Scott posted up a video link on Facebook today of that spaceship Yamamoto, but they actually had it in water.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was sitting there waiting for it to take off, and it never did.
Yeah. It got some speed though, didn't it?
It had quite a few thrusters in it, though, by the looks of it.
I've not seen that. I have to have a look at that.
It's,
Where was that? Where did you post that
on
on?
the Boom Hut, Fox.
Yeah,
Put it on the Boom Hut.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'll have a look at that in a bit.
I had a big thruster at the end, and it must have had side thrusters to, or maybe one of these wee ones that turn round. Skipper Ted would know what they're called. The wee
dinky little things.
Twiddly things.
The direct
thrustery things.
So has anybody got big builds planned for the new year then?
What was that, mate?
Any big
What's
builds
that, Colin?
planned for the new year?
Well, I'm going to start hopefully getting stuff out for my first YouTube one.
Oh, you're starting. Oh, we're getting Paul and
Make you turn the lights out.
Paul in a dark room. This is making me nervous.
Pocket cam, toilet cam. He sat down for a bit, and then it's went live to the nation, and all you hear is no. Or knowing the amount of curries that he has, it's more like yeah.
Do I need to go prepare the Waka Waka guitar?
Well, just in case there are any viewers there, we're going to give Scott a wee punt because he's got his own channel, The Junk Works.
Yeah, hopefully once I get the editing software figured out, I shall be getting stuff up.
What are you going to use for anything?
Some technical difficulties with that.
Nope. What's happened there?
It disappeared.
We lost everybody but me and you. I don't know. Everyone else still. Yeah, we were still there.
That was Chris dialing up the hangout.
What it was?
It should be ejected him.
Chris, it wasn't Chris. That was Smoo that got you and Paul mixed up. Fantastic.
That's terrible.
Me.
It's just a technical difficulty. So
Paul butt dialed and broke the internet.
I'll have to find my other banner that says Chris, not Paul on it, if Terry's getting mixed up with everyone.
I think you should, Chris. I think you should.
I've not got it on this computer though.
It's just confusing me. Are you on the new laptop, by the way?
Yes, this is the new shiny laptop.
It's cool. It's not ass.
I'm in focus.
I don't usually get Paul and Chris muddled up though. That's quite funny that I've done that tonight.
Scott's back.
Scott's back.
What happened there?
Paul cut you off.
Paul accidentally dialed the hangout and crashed everybody. So it's
I think
Dave,
Paul's working for GCHQ. I think he's just like sabotaging.
I just sent Dave another join, so he's probably.
So we'll blame Paul.
Yes, it's definitely Paul because I sort of phoned and then there was like a really dark image came up of him sitting on the toilet. Welcome back, Dave. Yeah, before you got cut off there, Scott, we were talking.
We'll blame Paul.
Paul's blaming Ted.
Yeah, Ted. Okay.
Press the button.
Yeah. Before we had slight difficulties there, Scott, you were talking about your channel and you were going to start doing videos, and Fox asked you, just as you got disconnected there, what video editing software are you using?
It's called Hit Film Express. The problem I'm having, filmed some footage, but I can't get the footage to work. The software doesn't seem to recognise it.
Some of the free
Oh,
downloads, Scott, I've had that, don't recognise certain film formats like MP4 or whatever. Because I had that and I was. Although your computer will play the video and show you that the video has filmed and that you've got audio and everything, the actual software package that you've got hasn't got the codecs for reading it. So there might be a codec pack you can download for it, or just.
What are you filming on, Scott?
Right. Say again?
What are you actually filming on?
What are you using to film a video?
I was using my webcam up here.
Okay, and what's it saving it as? What
Yeah,
file?
I was just using the webcam.
Might be saving it as a
Good question.
Because you'll find when you do webcam stuff, sometimes it saves it as either proprietary formats or weird formats that things don't like. So if you can, because I find with my webcam, if I record it as MP4, the audio doesn't sync up. So I have to record it as like some weird video format that I've never heard of that just seems to work. So it might be worth trying to record in different video formats if whatever you actually record.
I might try and get some footage on. Yeah.
When I first started,
I might try to get some footage on my phone and see if that works.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another question then. What phone have you got?
What model?
I have a Sony Xperia.
Sony.
If you had an iPhone, I could help you. If you got an Android phone, I've no idea.
When I started doing my videos, I was doing it with
the
whole thing that I used for my bike, and it saved it in as MPEG files, which was fine for playing back on computer, but the software package I had at the time didn't work. My Nokia phone, which is Windows based, records in MP4. So
give it a try on your Sony, because I record all my stuff on my iPhone and I have done for years, and it's just dead easy. Probably going to be better quality than your webcam as well. You get
I might give that a go and see if
much memory have you got on your phone? Because I'll
give it a go with that and see if it.
My little phone's an 8 gig one, and it's only got 3 gig free, so I can do 30 minutes of a take before I have to download it to the computer. So roughly, if you're doing is it a gig every 10 minutes roughly?
I find the easiest way I found to do it is I've got a big long USB cable that goes from my computer, and it's hanging up. You can't see it, it's hanging up here, basically with the adapter, because Apple changed it, so I can't use the microphone now. So when I'm filming, I plug the phone in there, so it's powered, so the battery doesn't go, and also I have Windows Explorer open, so as soon as I finish recording, I can just drag and drop it, and it takes it off the phone straight away.
See, I can't do that with mine. With mine, I have to power cord in, but for the file to sync up to the PC, I have to pull the USB out and then put the USB back in, and then Windows goes, do you want me to pull the file? But
it does that.
Because yours is Apple.
Only once. It says you trust it, So, but it's because my computer's there and my workbench is here, so it's all right for me.
Mine's is a trusted device, but if I've just filmed a clip and stopped it on my phone,
it doesn't refresh.
It doesn't refresh. I have to pull the USB out and put the USB back in, and it recognises there's a new file there, and lets me pull it down that way.
Who'd have thunk an Apple device would be more happy to work with Windows than a Windows device? Oh, the irony.
There is a sync. Windows have a sync button on there, so it's just as quick pulling the cable out and put the cable back in again.
Nah.
What sort of content are you going to be? What way are you going to work at, Scott? Are you going to be aiming it at newbies or just sort of step by step?
Probably, yeah. It'll just be like a step by step way that I do it. It's the kind of general plan.
And are you going to get any like kitchen utensils and set them on fire like what Chris does and stuff? Or are you going to? It was actually quite funny watching Chris doing that, because it's
hopefully not.
It looks like it's putting out a lot of heat, and then you just seen the wing go sort of. As soon as I was like, oh bloody hell!
Tell you what, he may not build many kits, but he makes a cracking creme brulee.
Cooking with Chris.
The thing is, I asked Chris, I said, did you have that handy in the kitchen, for like flaming your pen? No, I actually bought it in just to set fire to my model. Oh, fuck. Yep. Have you got any fun with that series yet? Have you got to painting and stuff?
Who? What? Me?
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah,
have you got any fun with painting it and weathering it? And
not yet. I haven't done anything else with that yet. I've got distracted by other things. I'm doing the boats at the moment.
Oh, you have 2 tugs.
I'm doing that one.
He's had a nice tug.
We've lost all our viewers now. We're down to 7. That's it. It's just only us that's in the chat now. Mind you, it's half 10 at night.
That was it.
That is 10:30 at night. So you've got your feed, Ted, on Thursday, Fox, and then there's
Me, Ted, and Christoph.
Chris has got one in the new year, have you know?
Yeah, the 5th of January. It's my half-year anniversary. I started my YouTube channel 6 months ago on the 5th of January. So I thought I'd do a celebratory party invite. Everyone's invited. Come along.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to sit back and let you lot entertain everybody.
Is your channel monetized yet?
Yeah, apparently.
Allegedly.
Well, Scott's going off another bike.
You can't really do that, Chris, because that's Fox and Ted's format on a Monday night.
What's it about? Let everybody else do it.
Let everybody else do it.
Let the chat do all the work, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not the chat. I mean, you guys.
When we first started doing those shows, we were so stressed because it was like, what the hell are we going to talk about for like an hour and stuff? And after a little while, and we got the little community, it's like,
Rented your rubbish.
we'll just let them carry on with it.
Windows.
70s telly, mate. Always good to talk about.
Just mention the 70s and leave it. Just let it run. A program from the 70s.
Yeah, we do joke about how we always goes awry when we mention the 80s or the 70s, but we kind of do that deliberately because it keeps it going.
But you do kind of have a format because you and Ted come up with some silly wee skit between you to start it off.
Actually, that's mostly Ted that does that, you know.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's got quite an interesting sense of humour, Ted. He's quite a funny chap.
He's got a beautiful sense of humour. All the little things we do is usually his idea.
Right,
I don't think he realises how funny he is at times.
Yeah, it can be quite. It's like a straight-faced comic, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like the straight man. But the funny, because the thing you don't realise is it's kind of Ted's show. So
it is, yeah.
He started it off.
He sends out a script every week. We have to follow it and learn it just before we go live.
Yeah. Well, didn't you, Fox? Originally, you were a guest.
Yeah.
You used to have you in every week and see what you were up to, building and what have you, and then it went on from there.
Yeah, because Ted started it, and I was like, "Oh God, I couldn't do that," and then I did, and then my troubles began. Now I love doing it. It's got to the point now where when we do it, it's not stressful anymore. It's fun because we're just hanging out. We're 2 mates anyway, or 3 mates now, and everybody in the chat is so nice. It's just all. That's why we say it's like hanging out in the pub and having a chat just without the beer.
You do have a bit of structure, but it kind of runs a bit off at a tangent now and again, depending on what happens in the chat.
It goes off tangent, usually somewhere between the start and the end. It will go off. But before it starts and after it ends, we're always totally on message.
It's really quick, though. Hey, so, Chris, you're doing your live one on the 6th. Was it the 6th? 5th? Are you planning on doing any sort of other live feeds other than just the obviously you're joining Ted and Fox on, I think it's every Monday now with it?
One at a time. I'm not planning anything planned. Just whatever happens, happens. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I don't care.
Because you do your Team and Ep stuff as well, don't you, with your gaming?
Yeah, we need to do that again sometime. We need
to get some PUBG going.
Yeah.
Broken.
It needs to be settled down and working first, I think.
Yeah, well, I think we should try it anyway. Glitchy that it is, but it's just getting. There's been no time over the last week, so I've not even turned the Xbox on. So, but we need to try some PUBG because that could be comedy gold.
Dave, what are you concentrating on?
Oh, what?
What are you concentrating on? You can always tell him that he's concentrating because he has a roll up hanging out his mouth and his head doing the way. I tell you what, there must be a lot of folk online at the moment because I'm finding everything's quite laggy. Anybody else getting that?
Yeah,
just a bit.
Yeah, mine's quite laggy.
It's probably because we've got about 20,000 viewers at the moment. That's what it'll be.
Yeah, the numbers roll over. When it gets to 10,000, it starts at 1 again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day, Rise of the Rungon Barker model kit includes 22% love and 1% fag ash.
But that adds to the cat litter, for weathering and all that.
That's why every model that Ted makes comes with Zimmerit armor. Fagash in it.
Fagash in it. Every single kit I have produced and made over the last sort of like year or so, you can tell it's one of mine because there's either fagash in it or biscuit crumbs.
Well, you can tell mine have always got loads of dust on because this is a really dusty room, so it's like.
But you sign yours in a hidden place. Does anybody else sign their models?
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
I'm not famous enough yet. When I'm famous, I'll do it. I'll go around to every person that's got one of my models, break it open, and sign it inside for them.
When I used to do commissions a few years ago, I won't say which one it is, but there is a build out there that I did as a commission, and I sign it on the inside. And one of my friends came round, and I was at the point of signing it, and he said, "Can I sign it?" And I went, "Yeah, if you want. You want to know who you are." But so he drew a cock and balls inside it, which is funny. Apart from the kit itself, I had to ship it in parts that will be assembled by the owner. And it was quite clearly inside before it was assembled. But thankfully, he drew it in such a way that unless you knew what it was, you probably wouldn't know what it was.
Right, okay.
So they're out there. It's a specific kit that I built, inside which is such a fine.
Yeah.
With billions.
Oh, dearie doctors.
Yeah.
The chat's dead. So if I was thinking of doing a cave thing once a month or once a fortnight or something, what format should we follow? Should we just be building stuff at the bench or just shooting the breeze?
Well, I think it's more fun just to be shooting the breeze.
Yeah.
Because I think it's not a problem when you've got like some of you doing buildy stuff, but when you're all doing buildy stuff and you're talking and it's switching between one and the other, it's kind of boring. Because you're so busy. Because Ted knows this because he does it, and Dave will know this now, and Scott because they're working on stuff. When you're working on stuff, you're not really engaged in the conversation, so it kind of becomes a bit. It's more fun when it's just people hanging out and talking, I think.
You can sit and do decals or something like that, something simple, or cutting bits off a sprue and denubbing and all that while you're chatting. Aye. But I think that would be quite hard.
I think it's just rude to be building while you're meant to be chatting to people. It's just rude.
Yeah. Sorry. I can take a hit, you bitch.
How rude. Oh, crap. I did a Jar Jar Binks.
You did? I've been weathering and all sorts. It's been good fun.
For some reason, Dave's not going big screen on mine while he's talking. I don't know if he's doing that for anyone else.
Who's getting that?
It's happening with me as well.
Click on him, Chris, if you want him.
Who's getting the black screen?
So then it'll start flicking through as each person talks.
No, it wasn't getting me on a big screen, but it's because I'm only 5'4". You know what I mean?
We used to get that on our Hangouts as well, where one of you starts getting, like, when you speak, everybody else gets a black screen. It normally means everything's about to fall on its arse.
So you're talking
just over earlier, and Dave did get kicked out, so it might be where he came back in. He's not fully come back in.
Yeah. So if somebody starts, because what you'll see is the person's screen will go black when you see it, and from there will freeze. They need to go out and come back in again because it just breaks everything slowly. We did it on a live stream once, and when it was doing it before we went live, there's about 3 or 4 of us. We were all chatting for about an hour, and it started doing it, and it was like destroying the whole stream. And it was like I was hosting it. And if it had done it to me, the link would have died. So it was like, we need to not. So it does happen. It's the Hangout though. It's not.
Your screen down the bottom's gone black.
Whose has?
As you were speaking there, Fox, I had it pop up randomly with Chris's, and then it popped up with Collins, even though they weren't talking. So I think
that could just be them farting really loudly.
Neil Harris says in chat that. You guys and e-models on Monday are better than a site that costs him £40 a year.
Say no names.
I think I know what Neil's referring to. We'll not go into names or anything, but yeah.
There's a lot of lines and we can read clearly between those.
Is it Pornhub? Or are they more expensive than that?
Pornhub's like 40 quid.
Generally, I mean, everybody that's in this room and most of the people that watch my channel know I suffer with poor mental health. So some days I don't feel like doing anything. But I've been having regular nightly, every night of the week hangouts, and when I can't or don't feel up to it, then Mike Mountain steps in, and it's just the crowd of guys that's in here. Obviously, Fox isn't always in. Chris pops in quite a lot, and we just sit in our ones through the week. We will be sitting making models, but it's just like 5 or 6 guys shooting the breeze. Well, there's company while you're at the bench.
Yeah,
thinking about doing live stuff, just sort of. It's good fun. It's nice to speak to other modelers, and you know.
Well, there are people out there that know our channels but don't know us as people. It might give them a chance
to get to know the person behind the model. Because
no people. What? And that's a good thing.
Colin puts out a lot of really good stuff. I mean, my favourite one that he's got on his channel at the moment, and that's Festa 67's workshop. So I might as well give him a wee punt at. He's taking a Revel London bus. Now, a lot of folk look at Revel and they go, oh, it's pants. A model's what you make of it. It gives you the basic shape, and as long as you're prepared to fill and stuff like that, you've got a basic structure there. But Colin's actually went and he's put LED lighting in it, and all the wee people, and like all the advertising on it, and like Little Sun newspapers on the seats, and it's got sound and light, and he's got a full build series video on his channel. So if you're wondering who did the London bus, it's called Blimey Tim Liz. It's Colin Wilkinson, Professor 67. So there's a lot of us that are doing videos that are not as famous as Fox and stuff, but we're
I'm not famous.
Well, yeah, well, if you're thinking about like UK modelers that broadcast live on YouTube, we all know who all the main ones are and all the talented ones are, and who are just like wanting to share their stuff and help folk like myself and Colin, and Scott's going to have a go at it. Dave just does his weekly shopping updates and makes everybody laugh. I love a Thursday. I love shopping day.
I think you should do a compilation of them all, Dave. So you can put them all on YouTube as a compilation.
I mean, just the thing about that, Smoo, is I've got a guy in Italy and a guy in Israel building buses who email me every other day pictures of them, you know?
Yeah, it's nice when you get feedback.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I've had a brilliant idea. A brilliant idea.
No, I'm scared.
Stupid idea. But you can save yourself the cost of the London bus kit. Just buy yourself a glass case and buy yourself a block of aerogel that's just slightly smaller than the glass case and title it London Bus During the Smog. Oh. All it will cost you is a block of aerogel. Yeah.
Is aerogel really expensive though? That'd be more expensive than.
It's aerogel.
Aerogel.
Yeah.
It's like it's a super lightweight material that's super strong, but it looks like if you had a square of it, a block of it, it would look like a cube of smoke.
Right. Okay.
It's really really thermo efficient. You can wear a glove of it and put a blowtorch next to your hand, and you wouldn't feel a thing.
Just like really
egg on top of it,
fine fiberglass, flame retardant kind of.
No, it's like it's like a plastic. Yeah, it's like a plastic, but it's like 99%
angel hair.
So it's super. Like a block of it that much would weigh less than a feather. It's just super light, but it looks like fog. It looks like smoke. It was a terrible joke, but no.
Neil Harris has just posted up in chat there. The problem he's got is like 95% of the sites out there don't bother with cars and motorbikes. I like bikes because I ride a motorbike. Dave used to ride a motorbike, but he likes. I think Dave's niche is ships, and he likes his planes. Colin will build absolutely bloody anything, but he's a bit of a biker as well. So he's doing a video build series just now. And it's actually a dio of Kenny Roberts and Barry Sheen, where was it Kenny Roberts that flicked the V's or Barry Sheen that flicked the V's?
Barry Sheen flicked Kenny Roberts the V's.
Didn't he do the soundtrack to Top Gun?
Kenny Roberts.
Kenny Roberts.
What are you on?
You're in the Kenny Rogers.
To be honest, Smoo,
there you
go.
I'm going to see if this works. I'm just going to see. if the channel's not broken, and try and present Colin to everyone. Is it working? Can you see Colin on the big screen?
Yep.
Right, that's what he's working on, isn't it? Right, I'll let Colin explain it.
Yeah, that's Barry Sheen in '77 flicking the V sign at Kenny Roberts.
And just to let you know that Barry Sheen's arm and hand didn't look like that. He's had to mod it to. And you've got a soundboard going in that as well, haven't you? That we know about.
Yeah. There's a hidden section in the dio.
Oh, sneaky.
Where he stashes his porn. I mean, his soundboard.
Neil Harris saying he was there. Were you actually at that race then, Neil?
Awesome.
Yeah, I do tend to. I know I like my bike.
Baptism of fire into motorcycle racing race.
Yeah, I like building armor and all sorts of stuff. I mean, I'll build anything. And John Paul says that's cool. There you go. You got some feedback on that, Colin. He thinks that's really cool.
I was 10 years old when I went to that race. It was me baptism of fire into motorcycle sport.
And for some of you that we're talking about getting to know people here, Colin, before his health took a turn for the worse, used to custom make and modify motorcycles for people at real one-to-one scale.
Oh, yeah, he's been custom trikes.
And custom trikes and all that, yeah. I'm a mechanic to trade, so I've done a bit of welding, fabrication and stuff like that, I know. But I ride a bike, so I like the bikes. So Dave hadn't built a bike, so I sent him a bike to build. Colin already builds bikes.
I built one.
Chris's baptism of fire, because he likes his 144 stuff. He's got that E-Models build of the Honda Africa twin up there. And even because we're all on about bikes, Mike Mountain's built one and he's fancying doing another one. I think we should get Fox to build one. I know Scott builds them.
I built two. I built the Knucklehead and the RC30.
If Neil's watching, I'm doing a full video series on that one shortly.
Nice.
I'm actually doing I'm calling a commission build on the Blackbird, but I'm in the middle of building one for a friend. That'll be my second one of those.
And I'm currently building this one. Friend.
Oh, that's the Yamaha R1, Scott, isn't
that's
it?
That's the R1, yeah. I'm building for a mate.
And what you're doing, you're not actually following the box art for that. You're actually trying to recreate the bike that your mate had with the same colour and everything like that.
Yeah, it's a bike that one of our mates has that he won't sell to the mate that's getting this. So
I'll put you on big screen. Is Scott on big screen? Because it's kind of playing.
Yes, I am, yeah. So that's how far I've got with it so far. I'm just starting on the bodywork shortly.
Yeah, bikes are a bit different for armour. Armour, you tend to slap them all together and then paint them and weather them. Bikes...
Hey, don't be slating bloody armour. Don't be slating
armour builders tend to look at the bike builders and they'll build a bike and they'll put it all together and then they'll detail paint by brush all the individual bits, and that's not the way you build a bike. But yeah.
Some of us like all sorts. Some of us like shiny and armour.
I don't really rivet count, but I can get a bit rivet with bikes. Yeah.
And I've got my Titanic.
That went down well.
Hold on, let's get that went down well. Let's get Mike on the big screen.
The iceberg, Mike.
Present to everybody. Right, there we go.
Beautiful.
He's got lights in it. You got lights in that, Mike? Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had to drill out all those portholes.
I drilled out every single porthole on it, yeah.
Would that not make it sink, though?
You're going to scratch build the iceberg.
Get a big iceberg, a big bit styrene block, and right. For anybody that doesn't know, Mike Mountain is awfully open to suggestions, and Paul's the worst one. We were sitting in a hangout one night, and Paul was doing a dio of some desert scene, and he had a workshop with all the workshop tools and all that, and then Mike went, "Oh, that looks cool," because he'd made a container into a workshop and all that. So then there's just been a constant stream to Mike about scratch build this, scratch build, and he spent a whole month and all. He didn't build any kits. It was just he was scratch building things like snap-on toolboxes and a 4-poster ramp, and he even made a Smoo's cave and a little Smoo with kilt on, and it's just daft stuff.
Yeah. There he is. There he is. Where is he?
So John's saying he wishes his son would have saw that motorcycle. He would love it. I'll show his son when he's over. Get him building, and he's got him building, and he was in first place at a show here. Oh, that's good.
Oh, good man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And yes, my first YouTube build is going to be a bike.
What, Scott? Sorry?
I said my first YouTube build is going to be this bike. So
that's the Ninja.
Right, I'll pop you up on the big screen. I've got that to build as well, but you've got a load of detail up for that, haven't you?
This is going to be my first YouTube build. And I think I must be mad.
What's your channel again? Is it the Junkworks?
Junkworks TV.
Junkworks TV. Oh, you've got a ton of.
But I've got all the extras. I've got the fork set. I have the top studio detail sets.
They're fiddly. Yeah.
It's
got resin and everything in it. Yeah.
Also has all the parts to do the wiring harnesses.
Yeah.
For all the electrics on the bike.
This is for the rivet counters, because a lot of rivet counters, when they build a Tamiya bike, will tell you that the vinyl tubing that comes with it, which is 1 millimeter diameter, is not to scale. Correct, it's not to scale, but I measured the pipes on my bike, and the flexi hoses on my bike are 7 millimeters in diameter. Divide that by 12, so you're looking at something like that. All this stuff at Scott's got is awesome.
Does that make you
line for the bike wiring?
Right, sorry, two talked at once. What are you saying there, Mike?
I said that makes you a rivet counter then.
Well, yeah, I was fed up of people going all the time and stuff's not on scale, so I've actually got a small video on my channel where I go around my motorbike and actually measure with a vernier gauge what the sizes are, and then you just take them and divide them by 12 if you really want to be that anal. But I just use the vinyl pipe that comes with the Tamiya kits.
Yeah.
I have to say that all this talk and showing of motorbike kits, it just give me the cold sweats and the nervous panics.
Yeah.
well, see, folks, actually, Mike Mountain did one that would be a good bike build for you that isn't shiny. He did a war bike. It was Italy area. It was in 1/9 scale, is it, Mike?
1/6.
I'll just put Mike on the big screen there because he did a nice.
I wouldn't bother. He's just going to go and get it.
Yeah. This will be up your street, Fox, because it's army and you could weather it whatever way you want.
Yeah, see, I can see myself doing that because that's fine. It's just an armored vehicle with more spindly bits.
But you actually get some of the bike makers that'll take that one, because obviously at the end of the war the army sold these bikes off a surplus, and then they put custom paint jobs on them and make them shiny.
See, I could see myself doing one of those, but
there's no way to put a shiny
civilian bike. No, I can't. It's not.
But once you get over that fear, Mike, I mean, when Terry sent me that bike, I've never done shiny stuff at all in my entire life, and I really enjoyed it. It was good fun.
I mean, I might do what it's just so far outside my wheelhouse of the kind of things I like to do that I'd be looking at it going, I don't want to do it. Like watching Chris's build, and the one main thought that was going through my head when I was watching Chris's build was, God, I'm glad I'm not having to do that.
I was enjoying it. I mean, I tell you what, the level of detail in that gets fantastic. I just wish I could afford one, because I would have put lights in it. But I've not got. I think it's 160 or 170 pound that kit is. Wow. Right, what's John Paul saying there? John Paul was saying when he lived in Holland, they had a lot of that type of racing. So we're obviously going back to the Sheen and stuff that Colin was on about, and his son's 10, and Neil Harris is saying he spent from 1976 to 97 in racing as a race tech on both cars and bikes. So he's a fully trained mechanic and 10 years on the Porsche race team. Oh, that's really cool,
wow,
Neil.
That's cool.
So if he's building a Porsche race car, I can expect Neil would be. I tend to find when I'm doing my own builds, I don't know if the rest of you guys are like this, a rivet counter with my own work. I tend to be quite, and especially if you've you've got a bike, you can sort of go blah blah blah. If he's worked on a Porsche race team and he was doing a Porsche racing car, he's probably more critical of his own work than somebody else would be.
You could probably identify half the greebles on the Millennium Falcon as well.
Yeah, I think we're all very critical of our own work. It's just how we are, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. TK's in there and said he found the charger.
Yeah.
With a smiley cat face thing.
If he,
I think
if
one
he
of
does,
those
come and join in now. But
one of the things that most people don't realize when they start this hobby, and I get these questions all the time, is that they see people like us that do videos and stuff, and they have this impression that we get the kit, we build it, we paint it, everything goes perfectly, and we love what we do, and we're really happy with it. But in reality, what the actual reality is that if somebody sat there and said, I made this model and I think it's perfect and I've got no problems with how it's come out, I'd be like, you're lying, because there's no such thing as an artist of any kind who doesn't have things that they're critical of at the end of a project.
Every model I build, I think the next one's always better because I've learned something from one before, and I can look at a model. I mean, for example, this is a bike that Colin was talking about in it. Well, I just broke something there. No, I've not. This is the Honda Super Blackbird, right? Now, I built this 2 years ago. It was the third model I made when I came back to the hobby. So it's all done with brush paint, and the gloss work's done with rattle can, right? So I'm actually building the exact same bike for my mate 2 years later on, and the one I'm building now is far superior to that. And I know where all the faults are on that, and where's all the brush marks and the bits that's not right, and that bit didn't stick on right, you know. But yeah, you get better and better.
But that's the main thing. Is
what I've been doing on the boom is I've been put on some things I've learned, you know, from doing this kit. Because I went primarily from just doing basically everything as 1 350 ships. That's all I used to build. And then when I joined the boom, I thought I've got to, you know, get out of my comfort zone and build other stuff. And since I've joined the boom, I've built cars, bikes, planes, even the deep sea submersible. You know what I mean? I've got no set things I like to build anymore. I'll just build whatever takes my fancy now.
See, I'm quite envious of that, because I'm the way my mind works, and is like Smoo alluded to it earlier on. But you know, I have these are all things that we're going to get into the sausage factory thing now. You know, how is the sausage made? The thing that you have to keep in mind is that when you watch someone online making something, that's their online personality. In reality, I have my own black dogs. You know, like Smoo was saying about his, you know, own troubles. I have my own problems with depression and my own black dog, and it's actually really hard for me to do what I do.
When it's barking on your
bench and get on with it. I go through periods where I am so self-critical, and when you see a video online when I'm doing stuff, that's edited, all the mistakes taken out. But because of that, I'm very stuck in my zone of things I like to make. And if I go outside that zone and something doesn't work, it can be critical. So it's like that's why I'm kind of. I do branch out slowly, like, you know, I suddenly started doing Warhammer, and when it didn't all go to crap when I did it, I thought, oh, I quite like that now.
I don't know if you're like me, Fox, is I like to try and make the best job I can with something. So if it's something I've not done, I'll research it a bit, and I won't actually tackle it till I feel in my head that I know exactly what I'm doing with it.
Yeah. I'm
Whereas Dave just grabs it and goes, right, fuck it. There we go. There you go. Lovely jubbly.
The funny thing is that sometimes I'll just get a kit and go, you know what? Done. And that's usually I get the most satisfaction from doing that, because I've not stressed. What I get to the point in builds, and I get this with every build, is I get to the point where I need to do something, and it's something I've done a million times before. I might need to mask something off and paint it, or do a particular thing.
Take the masking tape off, and
no, it's more that I'll get to a particular point where I've got to do something, and I'll start overthinking it. Like, do I paint this bit first or that bit? And it'll suddenly go from a little thought to like a massive boulder in my mental shoe.
Yeah,
and
a nice simple job.
My tracks.
Yeah, how am I going to tackle this?
Yeah, and then you get into the kind of panic attack thing. So I always say to people when they're coming into the hobby and they're getting stressed out because they don't think they're very good, or they don't know how, you know, say they watch, I'm not big in myself, they watch my stuff or somebody else's stuff, and they say, but they do it and it looks so easy. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of editing involved, and you're seeing an on-screen persona. You're not seeing the actual person.
You'll need a load of cock-ups weathering a Gundam at some point, but when you're doing your, see, I tend to leave my mistakes in and then say, well, I actually made a mistake there. Don't do that when you're doing it. I think Tony does it as well.
Well, that's why I like weathering so much, because it covers up all the stuff you can't.
But there's a trick to weathering as well, because, you know, I do like the weathering aspect, and I've got quite a good grasp of it now, so I don't bother too much. But yeah, you do concentrate a lot on the weathering. I'm just going to pop over there to something that Neil Harris has said in chat. Now, I don't know if I think he's talking about himself there. In 1997, he ended up in a wheelchair. An Astra took him, his missus, and the Honda Blackbird out at 120. So his missus is also in a wheelchair. So I'm not going to say anything, but there's a certain nice chap in here that might be ending up in a wheelchair quite soon himself here. So yeah, it's not a nice thing to have to put up with, Neil.
Right, Smoo, I don't mind, mate.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a shame. And he's saying he's got a brain injury for the accident, plus bipolar and one screwed up. We've all got our demons. Yeah.
I should point out,
this is to find that model making the people that make models are quite not reclusive. I'm quite an outgoing person, but you tend to find comedians and funny people, or people who like being sort of front men. I don't mind FaceTime and stuff like that and hosting this, and that doesn't bother me. I'm all right when I'm doing that, but when I'm away from it, I'm not as confident as I appear. A lot of comedians are quite depressed and stuff, you know. They get joy out of making people laugh and stuff, but secretly they've got the dog's barking and all that kind of thing. What else was saying? John Paul's saying he's just starting to use an airbrush and he loves it now. He's got 6. His son loves also, but hates to clean it. Yeah, you've got to keep them clean.
Yeah. One thing I was just going to say, Smoo, following up from the comments there. The one thing I've discovered over the last 2 or 3 years doing this, and it kind of brings me the most joy, is that I don't know why, but a lot of people that follow me and other people that I know in the little clique have physical or mental disabilities. I have so many followers who say, I'm in a wheelchair, or I have limited mobility on my arm, or I have a brain. I've got quite a lot of followers who have, for various reasons, brain injuries, and they have either, as a result of that, learning difficulties or coordination difficulties. And the one thing that I've loved doing over the years is actually growing these people, because they've come to the hobby as maybe a way of
model making's good therapy.
Yeah, as a way of therapy, as a way of
if you've got limb problems because of the intricate work, making your hands do things can improve some conditions as well. Making you concentrate, making you know what I'm on about? Yeah. Taking the mind off other things.
I mean, I don't want to mention any names, but one of my followers, who you guys know, he suffered some injuries over a period of time, and he's got very limited mobility, and he's got a received brain injury and things like that. But the model making to him is his absolute life now, because he can't work. You know, he's at home, but it's his absolute life, and it's everything to him. And he's actually, considering what he's told me his physical impairments and restrictions are, and his brain injuries, he's an amazing model maker.
Yeah, so his
work is incredible, and you guys know, but I'm not going to mention names. You guys know who this is. But
you know him.
I
talked to him.
Say again.
I talked to him myself. I know exactly who you mean.
Yeah, and it's like he's such a nice guy, and just helping him out over the last few years and offering him support. And I've just made a really great friend out of this guy. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah,
and it's everything to him. So,
I find it's kind of pushed under the carpet, which is why I don't mind talking about mental health. You know.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, well, I've got a slight injury in my left hand, so I've got nerve damage, so I don't have full control over the 2 fingers, and my thumb does its own thing sometimes, so it can be a bit of pain. But otherwise, physically, I'm perfectly healthy. But it's when as we mentioned, when the dogs start barking, I don't mind saying to folk, look, I'm like the hangouts at night, I'll say, well, I'm not really feeling up to it, but I'll put a hangout up. And we'll get Dave, who is an absolute scream. A lot of us are ex-army, so I'm ex-army. If you've ever served in the forces, you'll know what military humour's like. So, Dave's been
I've
in the
never been in the
army,
but I know what military humour
Scott's
is.
been in the army. Mike's been in the army. Colin, did you serve?
Sorry, no, I didn't make it in. I felt in it.
Right. Okay. So there's a bit for us that I've got an army sense of humour, right? So I'll come in and I'll be feeling really quite low, and in our normal hangouts, we will just be building like what Dave's doing just now, and I get quite lonely as well because I live alone. So it's like sitting at the bench. I maybe wouldn't come at the bench, but because the guys are there, we don't necessarily have to be talking every minute. But
Just nice
if I want to talk to somebody, they're there, and then I might be feeling a bit meh when I come into the hangout, and then within 5 minutes, because Dave he's behaving very well tonight.
I am. I'm being a good boy.
But within 5 minutes, and then the thing is that, and I also bounce quite well off of Paul as well. And if Paul's in and Dave's in and me, it's just nobody else gets a word in because we're just being really silly. And then within an hour of being in that hangout, I pick up a model and I'm actually starting to put bits together because I've cheered up a bit. So I get a lot for the hangout thing. That's not necessarily you're seeing us live tonight and we're just hanging out and talking. But quite a lot of days I struggle to get out of bed. I struggle to get dressed. I don't cope with my housework. Sometimes I don't go out of the house for 3 days. But I'll sit and hang out with these guys, and I find it very, very useful.
Yeah, and the thing a lot of people don't realise with things like depression and things like that is that the smallest thing can become a massive roadblock to whatever you're doing. And I find that, like you say, it's like just getting out of bed or keeping the house clean. It's or whatever you're doing. It could be like, oh, I've got to do the washing up, and it could be something stupid to most people, but to me as well, it's things like that where it stops. But the thing I try to tell people is it's normal. Yeah. Most creatives are broken in some way, otherwise you wouldn't. My belief is
most creatives are broken.
A break.
All right, okay. I've never heard that
Every
before.
creative genius has a flaw.
Yeah. If you're creative in any way, you're probably broken in some way to account for that.
That's what makes us creative.
So you're basically saying if some broken, we'll use the word broken. If somebody's broken in some way, they divert their attention in a creative manner to make up for what's broken.
I kind of think that that's what I believe is that I don't think having a kind of, and I say broken is maybe not the right word, I mean,
it covers a multitude of things, Right.
I think the kind of things we do or artists do, like model making or painting or drawing, I think if you look at most artists, they're probably to some degree strongly introverted because it's a solo thing. It depends on what musicians maybe not, but if you're an artist, like you're drawing or you're building, you're by yourself and you're doing this thing for yourself.
Yeah,
I think there's a link there.
You're talking about model building as a creative sort of thing. But
yeah, it's no different.
Like, I find comedy an art, right? And just look at Robin Williams, the things he went through, and it makes us all laugh and all that. But it was a really, really bad depressive,
I think it's just my belief that if any kind of creative stuff is usually an outlet for something that's missing or not working in normal life. So. Yeah. I mean, I might be wrong. There could be people that are really creative and are absolutely fine, but
you're spot on.
Speaking from my experience,
mine's an outlet because I've got autism and dyspraxia, and 2 of my 3 sons. None of my girls are. It must be a male gene thing.
I didn't realise you were autistic.
I'm autistic, so I use my model making as my relief because I can't let my autism get on top of me at work.
I didn't know you were autistic. I knew you told me was.
Yeah, no, my boys are. 2 of my 3 sons are, but none of my girls are. But I use my model making and my humour as my way of dealing with life because I can't let it get on top of me at work, otherwise I wouldn't have a job.
I had no idea, Dave. I never noticed from the way you are because you're chirpy enough. Because you usually find that it depends on the level of autism. Because I mean, my ex-partner Susan, and Scott actually worked in the same field. She's a senior autism practitioner, specialised nurse that deals with autistic adults and things like that. And Scott's previous job, he did the same. But I had no idea from Dave, because normally you tend to find that an autistic person has problems social and emotionally connecting with people.
I suppose it's like different ends of the spectrum. It's probably extreme and very mild, I guess.
Yeah, you can get high functioning autism and Asperger's.
Yeah. See, Thomas has Asperger's, and he's at the other end of the scale. To me, mine's not severe. You know what I mean? But and Jordan's in severe, but Thomas is like on a limb. You know what I mean? He's hard work.
That's what it's saying, like his attention span drifts off. So you actually getting him to the bench to do a model with you is actually quite therapeutic for him. But then next minute it's like, oh, squirrel, he's away.
I mean, I find with doing these hangouts and the YouTube stuff, get judged. When people see me normal day to day, you get people judge you because they know something isn't right. Whereas,
but you walk with sticks, so you've actually got a visible thing that shows people that.
Yeah. But when it's ropey, and I mean, I've been mistaken as being drunk on drugs, all sorts of things, because you have trouble with your speech, you get the shakes violently and things like that.
Oh yeah, we've not actually explained to anybody that it's MS you've got, isn't it?
Exactly, on the YouTube and that, people don't see that because you film when you're in a better state. So you don't get judged for it. Does that make sense? You don't get categorized.
Yeah, it's not. It's the whole thing about having the personality on camera persona. They see when anybody watches any of us, they see one person. This is not.
Yeah, absolutely.
TK's just put in the chat there that he's actually a massive introvert, but doing the YouTube videos is a massive thing, but it helps getting out there. I'm quite an extrovert. But it's a depression and anxiety that kills me functioning. But
it was Tony that got me into it down at Helgam 35.
It was Tony that got me into making the videos as well. Yeah, and then after seeing Tony's, I stumbled upon Fox, and was watching all the and stuff. And then it was.
I was doing the Rossi after a big surgery, and he got chatting to me about things and said, "Oh, I haven't seen you put a video up." And I said, well, I've just had surgery, mate, so I can't build for quite a while. And we just got chatting about it, you know.
I mean, it must have been.
And he suggested about doing the YouTubes and that, you know.
I mean, when I started doing it, I didn't really start it with any real reason. I'm just an idiot. But having now started doing it for some dumbass reason, I don't know why, I actually find it very cathartic and very therapeutic. The process of making a video is a right pain in the arse sometimes, but
I enjoy it.
It's
better to people on the videos than I can face to face, if that makes sense.
But the weird thing for me is it's not that I particularly enjoy the model making, because I do love doing it, but it's, you know, sometimes it can be a right grind. And it's not that I particularly enjoy making the videos. What I really enjoy and gives me the most comfort is people learning from them and asking me questions and helping them learn stuff. I don't really care about the making model side, almost, to a certain degree. It's more important to me that I'm showing people how to do stuff and saying, yes, you can do that.
Kind of where I'm from, because as a mechanic, you go through an apprenticeship and you're learning from a journeyman how to do particular tasks and do them well. So when I became a time-served mechanic, I was then responsible for training up another young person in the ways of how to do them. So it kind of comes naturally to teach people, and the way you learn as a mechanic is show and tell, which is very much what we're doing on the live feeds. I'm just going to pick up on something on chat there that possibly Dave I'll relate to. John Paul was saying his son's got a learning disorder, but when he does models, he tends to be quite well focused.
Yeah, Tommy is, it surprised me, because for him to focus on something for more than 5 minutes is a miracle. And we started doing a couple of builds. We got sent, Beyond Hope sent us a box of stuff, and it had a Star Wars kit in it, and a Millennium Falcon, just the small one, you know. And Tommy, come on, we'll make a space under his bench. And Andrew actually sent down his own little cutting mat as well. So he's got his end of the bench now. And he sat there for a good 40 minutes. And I couldn't believe it. It's the most he's ever focused on something, because it piqued his interest. And that's with autistic kids. If you pique your interest, that's it. It's like he's spacing. If he comes in the room, don't ask him anything about space. For goodness sake, Fox, don't mention a planet or because he'll tell you all the moons around Saturn by name, the size, the atmosphere, everything. He's a nightmare.
Autism tends to be like that, you know. Like there was that film about the autistic laddie that broke a code and all that, and they're good with numbers and they're good at remembering facts and all that sort of stuff as well, aren't they?
If it interests them, yeah. And he was interested in the fact that he'd seen me at my bench doing a couple of bits and pieces, and I think it piqued his interest. He wanted to have a go at it. And then when he got this Millennium Falcon off Andrew Sutherland, it was like opening a door to a new world for him. You know what I mean? It was great.
TK's bumping away in chat there. You know what? Coming into the live hangout, TK. He was just saying that Fox and Tony's helped him out big time, just getting his stuff out there and believing in himself. It's all went for there. And his new job, there's no place for the silent types. But I mean, everybody's got a part a bit quieter. I mean, even in our hangout, Mike doesn't say much, but he knows exactly what's going on and he'll chip in. You know, you do get folk that are quieter than others, and you get the extrovert, and then you get the joker, Dave.
It was. So the thing with me is, if you watch like me on the live streams and stuff, you might think I'm quite extroverted and bubbly, and I never show.
I don't.
In reality, I'm completely the opposite. In real life, I will shy away from people. I'll be the guy in the corner at a party that's not talking to anybody. I'll be like, for some reason, I'm just completely comfortable on camera, and I never shut the fuck up. But sorry, swearing.
That's all right. You just turn it like you have your. I'm live on camera. I'm in my model presenting mode, and then when you switch that off, you sit down with your cup of coffee and watch telly, and you go back to your normal mode. That's
so it's really weird. Because I didn't start doing videos and stuff and think I need to create this kind of persona. I just started doing it, and it just happened. And I was lucky that I just happened to be able to do that. I'm not the best in the world, but any chance. But
I was nervous as hell in my first video, and I didn't go face to cam for a while. It was just all the hands, and then people were complaining that it was like a puppet show with your hands moving about. And now I'm confident enough to go face to face.
I did make the terrible mistake the other day of actually watching my first ever YouTube video, and it was like, oh dear God. My third word I ever spoke was
It's got my favourite word. I use that a lot.
Oh, somebody's got speakers on massive volume there.
I think it's feeding back through Chris's. I'm not sure.
It's not me. I've got a headpiece.
All right,
but TK was saying how, you know, me and Tony helped him out and kind of encouraged him. And we kind of almost bullied him into starting doing videos just because I knew what effect it had on me. I can't speak for Tony, but I assume it's the same. So I was like, I wanted to share that, and I could see it might help him. So
Tony was really encouraging. He was like,
might like it, and he's done.
Ant did that to me. Ant bullied me into starting the channel.
Yeah,
I still haven't crossed the face-to-face barrier yet.
Well, you're on here the night.
You have now. Look, so, didn't I want to tell you this was why?
I'll give you a big close-up. There you go.
I actually blame Tony. I blame Tony for everything because
it was
Tony's videos that got me into like watching you guys and joining the boom and everything. So it's all Tony's fault.
Oh, I can't spillage.
Somebody once said to me, they said, because I've kind of got, I'm not saying there's a lot, but there's a lot of people that I've kind of convinced to do YouTube, and they've gone on to do YouTube and they really enjoy it. And somebody said to me, you're not worried that you're like making competition for yourself? And I'm like, no, I don't give a crap about that. I'm helping somebody and they're doing well at it. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I just hate when, and we'll not go into any names, right? But I put something up and it could be a perfectly fine video. And even if it just helps one person, I get one comment say, oh, I never thought about doing that. Thanks for that tip. And the rest of it might be drivel that they're not really interested in. That makes it worth it for me. But what I don't understand about the whole, it's quite cliquey, the whole YouTube thing. There's a lot of secular, I call it quite a secular environment, actually. And there's followers of one cult and followers of another cult and followers that you put a video up that they actually just go, you know, you've got 3 views on it and 2 of them are thumbs up and somebody's went thumbs down. And why?
I always get that. You always get that.
And it used to get to me, and now it's like, I don't care.
It's got to be pretty bad for somebody to dislike it on a YouTube video, but then people are just doing it for the sake of it.
Some do it for something.
When I started doing it, the 2 things I told myself were, first of all, I don't care about thumbs up and thumbs down because they don't mean anything anyway.
See, I get off the thing about
the second thing I knew from the start was don't read the comments. But for some reason, I've only ever had one snarky comment in my entire YouTube history ever.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's not how you spell that word, Dave. You should know.
I'm gonna go and do a TED. I'm gonna mute my mic for a second. You guys carry on. I need to go to the little boys' room.
Yeah, I don't look at how many views I've had or likes or anything, you know.
Oh, I look at how many views I've had because this is money, but I've just been very lucky in that all my comments have always been either really supportive or thankful or anything like that. But I learned long ago. I don't care about the thumbs up and thumbs down. They don't mean anything. It doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, I get emails from people asking me questions on how I do this or how I got the idea to do that, and I'll sit and talk them through it. You know, I love that kind of feedback. You know.
Yeah, that's was one of the reasons that I'm so proud of the Boom Hut, because I was really happy and proud of my little community that I made on my YouTube channel, and I loved all of them. And then when we set up the Boom Hut, that's just grown now, and it's like it's absolute manna for me, because it's exactly what I was trying to do with my YouTube channel, is just help people and get a little community going. And now we've got this 3,000 odd crazy nutters on the Boom Hut, nutters every single one, all of us.
I'll get more out of helping people than I do out of building the kits, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, I could happily spend all my day just doing YouTube and Boom Hut comments and not make any models at all, but you know, I need to earn money somehow. So
I don't know how it worked. I don't know how it happened, but
I knew a girl like that once.
It's really strange. I've never known a community like the Boom Up community, because there isn't any nastiness ever on it.
Seriously, do they?
You do. No. There are the occasional things that pop up, but you guys probably don't see them because us in the treehouse will either nip them in the bud or delete a comment or pull the comment and tell the person why we pulled it. But it's very rare. It's so rare. There's been there's been one or two people that have put the odd comment here and there, and it's been like, yeah, that's a bit snarky. You might want to. But more often than not, when it does happen and somebody puts the snarky comment in, everybody else just dives on them anyway and just beats them up. So they kind of police themselves.
I think it's a group.
But I'm really pleased with it because it's a really beautiful little community. Everybody just is everybody's friend. It's just, I couldn't ask for a better community. I could ask for a bigger community, but I can ask for a better community.
Oh, we'll get it.
I think we'll find it'll increase massively again this year.
Yeah. Well, what we need is some kind of monetization in Facebook groups, and I'll be happy as a pig in the usual.
Well, you better eat then.
Yeah.
Mate, feel free.
Name me.
The community, mate. We'll give shout outs to you. I mean, I do on the end credits of me videos. I have a shout out to you, Ted.
Yeah, it's always much appreciated.
Tony, the Boom Hut, watch the live stream on a Monday, that sort of thing, you know.
Well, that's why right at the start I said the one thing I'd want people to do is to be able to promote their own stuff in the Boom Hut. You get some groups, mentioning no names, where if you post anything other than just normal stuff, you say, "Here's my YouTube video that I made," and it gets pulled because it's like, "Oh, no, you're a competition. We don't want it." It's like, no, if you've got a YouTube channel, I want you to shout about it in the comments. I want you to post it when you put a video up. I want you to tell us when you've done stuff, because that's the part of the community, is to get people to grow like that. Of course, if I suddenly find in six years' time that somebody that me or the treehouse have kind of encouraged and now making like 300 grand a month on YouTube, I'll be very unhappy. I'll be like, I hate wages. Can I have some money? But I just love the I can't complain. They're just a brilliant bunch.
The only thing I find with the Boom Hut now is it's so popular that you can put a post up and then you'll maybe go and check your email and come back and it's like 20 posts down. There's so much stuff going up there that it's hard to follow. Like everybody else, there'll be certain people's YouTube channels you like watching, or certain people who you like watching build, which is kind of why I made the cave. But it's just like my wee group of pals that I like watching all their stuff.
Yeah, but it's quite funny because every time I do some kind of giveaway, that like put a comment on the Boom Hut post, everybody else in the treehouse knows because they suddenly get massively spammed with comment updates. Well, can you do the giveaway because I've got like 300 updates.
Yeah.
But that was strange. I mean, we got 3,000 members, and I mean that was a cracking prize you gave last time.
Yeah.
But you didn't get any comment.
200 or 300 responses. Like,
but you're having to do that out of your own pocket, though. Really, it's.
No, it's either stuff I've got that I've bought in the past anyway, or stuff that I bought to give away. It's out of my own pocket, but I don't have a problem with it. It's just there's 3,000 of them, and you're giving something away, and only 200 of them. 280.
Yeah, I mean, I thought
back into the chat a little bit there because John and Neil are contributing. John Paul was saying he didn't know how much knowledge he actually had until he showed his son how to build. Didn't he actually know how much skills that he had? Neil, going back to the likes of the health thing and that as well, Neil's saying that he's more open and not frightened to say what's wrong with him now. We need more understanding in the world.
Yes, definitely.
PK's saying that all the model building and video stuff is all Tony's fault.
Yep, everything's Tony's fault.
Yeah,
everything.
Oh, John Paul's actually saying that him and his son both do the YouTube channel now, and he shows all his knowledge as well. So he's into the sharing aspect of it as well.
Cool. That's nice, John Paul. Because if you can post me some, I am lacking some skills.
Do you know what really gives me pause for thought at the moment? Is that as I'm getting older, I can't remember how the hell I've done things. So I might talk about a particular method in a video, and then when I come to do the next build, I'm like, shit, how did I do that?
How did I do that? You've got to watch your own video if I remember.
Yeah, I've had to do that so many times. It's like, because it's like somebody said to me, how did you weather that big RX 782? And I'm like, I have no idea. I just. So it's like now you'll find that my techniques changed purely because I've forgotten what I did last time and I can't remember.
I don't know if John Paul and Neil Harris are in the Boom Hut. But another member of the Boom Hut that we keep talking about here, TK, he's obviously one of the Treehouse crew. He actually, there's a company called Amati that do wooden model boats, and he's actually been asked to build for them. And he thinks he sucks. You always think your own work sucks. Let alone YouTube. I actually watched what you did, and so he's actually been commissioned to build this for this company, and that's just through him. He built one time, you know.
Those Amati kits are incredible. I bought one years and years ago when I was on the coaches, when I was a coach driver, from Sorrento, because it was in this little model shop and it was in the sale. And I mean, they're very expensive kits. And I bought the America's Cup yacht, a 1936 thing. It was a resin hull, and every single plank you have to shape every single plank for the deck. They are beautiful kits.
Yeah,
he's so lucky to get them. I was so jealous when I saw that.
Yeah, I think TK built one up. He's having to do a video build for him. I think that's obviously going to promote Amati. It's out of my price range, but you know.
Well, Amati went on, didn't they? Amati on the internet, and they were saying how pleased they were for TK building for him.
They did a trailer, and the trailer looks awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but they did a little trailer, and it's like, wow. Terry, Smoo, can you put the link to the Boom Hut in the chat for us, please? Because we can't link.
Right, okay. Sorry, I'll do that for you in a second.
It's
John Paul was just saying there, Colin, it's not in the Boom Hut, it's Fester 67's workshop is how he's managed to come in here this evening. So
yeah, I've just put up a thing. Are you in the Boom Hut? Facebook Model Makers Boom Hut.
It's facebook.com/groups/
I'll get the link. I'll have it here.
You can post the link though, Terry, because I think only you can post links in the chat.
Yeah, only Terry can post the link. I just thought I'd put it up. It's in Facebook.
I'll do that just now. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just right.
That's to Neil and John Paul.
Somebody's assembling something. I can hear assembling going on.
It's me. I'm taking the supports out of my thing that printed.
Are you doing what?
My 3D printer finished, so I'm taking the supports out of the thing.
We've decided, Fox, we're going to rename him Group Models.
Group
Models.
I like those, baby.
No, that's what I've been printing.
It's all about the group.
Right.
Oh, that's
wow. Was that what it was?
That's what it was.
Just so you know, John Paul and Neil Harris, whatever way you managed to find the link for this live feed this evening, all the guys with the spanners on it are modding in here, basically everybody in this room.
Some of them from my YouTube, Smoo.
But if you go along to the little 3 dots that sits along to the right in the chat, you can go to their channel and stuff like that. But some of us do YouTube videos and some of us don't.
Yeah, you can click on our names as well. It'll take you to our channels.
Yeah. So obviously mine's a Smoo's Workshop, so I've got my own page, Smoo's Workshop, which I've got.
Oh, I just muted Scott. Sorry, I don't know how I did that.
Cool.
How the hell did I do that?
Cool.
I was trying to type something. How do I unmute somebody?
Sorry, I've done it.
I was trying to type it in the typing window.
Yeah, so I've got my own page, which is Smoo's Workshop. The people that are in here tonight, I've got a private group. It's a bit like the Treehouse, but we're not affiliated with e-models or anything like that, and it's just a group of pals that I hang out with. So that's a private group that's Smoo's Cave. But if we're going live, I'll probably link it like I did today. It'll be on my Smoo's Workshop page, and I'll copy it into the Boom Hut as well. So if you can get yourself in the Boom Hut. Colin has got his Festa 67s workshop, and he does YouTube model making videos as well. Chris, Gross Models, obviously he's in the Treehouse gang as well, so he's got his own channel, Gross Models, that he concentrates mostly on 144 stuff, and he's been put on the e-models build team as well, so we're waiting to see what he's going to be building. Mike's just in the cave. He doesn't actually make videos or anything like that. And Scott Sutherland is about to start making videos, and obviously all know Fox. So
I'm looking
well done, Scott.
I'm looking forward to seeing Scott's stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
John Paul's in the Boom Hut.
But Fox, you're only looking forward to it because you'll get a glimpse of the odd puffin now and again.
Yay! Did you know? Not that we're going to discuss the new Star Wars. Yay, Puffin. Yeah. Not that we're going to discuss the new Star Wars movie, but did you know the reason the Porgs are in the film is because they couldn't get rid of all the puffins on the island? So
the puffins, I saw that.
Yeah. What's the blank come out?
Scott, are you drawing?
Yeah, I'm just randomly doodling.
He's diddly doodling.
Huh.
Yeah.
It'll be boobs at Willie's probably.
Can you?
I was debating tonight, so they're facing the camera just to do some drawing while we were talking, but I'd have got the space on my desk. I could have done a Uniposca drawing of something. Maybe next time.
So see how you've got your camera set up there for, obviously, you're in your e-models broadcasting corporation position. Have you got an actual workspace there as well as the one at your side?
No, it's just that there. This was in my workbench.
See, Mike's quite lucky. He's actually got 2 workstations there, both with lighting, and his brother-in-law's coming up to see him. Obviously, we do our hangouts in the evening, and he's going to have him at one bench and him at the other. Oh, is it your brother? Sorry,
my brother. I'm going to get him into model making tomorrow.
Yes. What are you going to start him off with? Gunpla. Good man.
Dora.
Always the right decision.
I've got a Gunpla former.
I've got him a Gunpla former.
I've got a Gunpla former. Smoo Industries Gunpla former. It's a robot in disguise.
German tank, and we're going to let him start on.
You can't go wrong with the Sherman.
Nice.
Off on that, and if he doesn't finish it, then I'll finish it. He's only up for 2 days, so I don't very much if he will. So, yeah, brushes, and
he'll learn about sanding and denubbing, and then he'll be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Once you don't know how long it took me to find that cheap and cheerful and Smoo's Industry Gunpla former, mate.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm looking forward to doing that, Sniper.
TK says Transformers again. I'm actually ignoring the whole conversation, TK. So
TK, not Transformers, the Gunpla formers, mate.
A Gunpla former.
Transmorpher.
Smoo Industries Gunpla former.
I made the box and everything. It was...
So there he is. There he is. This is the new from Bandai Gunpla. But if I can figure it out, it's also a car, I think.
It's a car or something. Don't ever work for toy companies as a PR guy. Look at our new toy, it turns into a car or something. I don't know.
It's Smoo Industries approved tat, so it's going to be shite.
You just fantabate with it for a bit and it's a car or something.
You just fucking shove this bit in and it doesn't work.
I'll give you 3 guesses where I bought it from.
It's not Poundland.
It's Poundland.
And it came from Poundland.
Dave, have I ever told you I went into many years ago? I used to work in an office and they wanted a Christmas tree or a couple of Christmas trees for the office. So I went to Poundland And we got some Christmas trees, but they were too big, so we had to go and get a saw. So we went to Poundland, and we needed 3 saws, like, hand saws, for cutting the trees a bit. So we walked up with 3 hand saws in Poundland, where everything is a pound, and the old guy at the till went, ding, 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 £2, please.
Aye, it wasn't a pound.
My colleague was about to say something, and I said, just pay him and walk out.
Yeah.
3 saws, £2, pay him and walk out. Everything's a pound, walk out.
I think this must be made the revel. There's a few fit issues. There you go. There's the same Gunpla. You see, so Gunplas are robots in disguise.
So,
the headlights are the wrong place. I like that.
But it doesn't show you where to put the weapon once you've got him into the car.
Don't know.
That's because he's got no boot space.
As long as them saws were Tommy Walsh approved.
Yeah.
This is going back quite a long way.
Spoon industry's tap.
It's like basically walking up to the counter with 3 items, all of which are massive, and you can't mistake there's 3 of them, and you say £2. At some point, this employee didn't quite get the premise of his employer's shop.
Yeah, bang goes the profit. There's no profit now.
It's like, which part of the single bullet point, every single thing is a £1, did you not quite get?
It's going to be dark on the weather.
That's we have a £1.20 shop in Kirkwall.
A £1.20, everything's more expensive.
Yeah.
See, when I was a kid, we had a shop called Ben's, and that was a 50p shop.
Oh, yeah.
I used to get all my Christmas shopping from there for all my family and relatives because I was like 12 and I had like £5. They got like so much tat, it was unbelievable. Look, Mum, you've got a wonky candlestick. Look, this is great.
Yeah, I've changed my mind about weathering this up. This is, it's going to be a bit,
Just do it.
I know it's a car. Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's definitely
it does actually work then, blimey.
An extra thin holder.
An extra thin holder. I would need to use some Tommy Walsh on it to make it strong enough to hold anything, I think. He's coming to get you.
I'm surprised it worked.
Okay. Okay.
It kind of looks like a bloke who hasn't figured out how to use a sleeping bag. He's like, I don't know how this works.
Yeah. So I figured out what the joke on my my Christmas feed about them sending me these. Right? Just before Christmas, the waste pipe outside kitchen sinks flooded and came in, and that was a joke that I could have stuck one end in the plug hole and stopped it all coming up. But I couldn't read his writing on the box, so I just called him a bastard.
They were a practical present, they were.
So, Mr. Smoo, how did your diplomatic mission to North Korea go? I didn't know what he was saying, so I just called him a bastard.
I gave him a Glasgow kiss and told him to stop firing missiles. Oh,
right,
dear.
ye.
Right, you going to know do that? Aye. Going to know. So what?
Hey, you got a nuke. Hey, we got it coming out of an arse.
Who's still here in chat then? John Paul, is he still here? What time is it where you are, guys, if you're still in the live chat? Because it's, I'm a late nighter anyway. That's what, 11:30?
Yeah.
5 to 12. I may have to make a move soon, guys.
That's okay.
I've not actually had my tea yet.
I've got to go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd have to go back to work for a week.
I stuffed my face with cocktail sausages, pickled cheese earlier on. I had really bad heartburn.
Yeah, we got one of those. We got one of those things from Aldi of the 60-pack of Indian snack foods.
Oh,
we've been working our way through that all day. It's like 35 little samosas and 35 onion bhajis and stuff like that. Great.
John Paul's saying it's 6:36 p.m. where he is, and TK it's 25 to 1 in the morning. Obviously, TK's in Europe. Yeah.
See, I can't be up too late because I've got the long commute to work. I'll show you what it is. I'm knackered now. I need to go to bed. Hey, the mileage on my tax return's a nightmare.
Dave, that's Dave. His bed's right behind him.
It's when Pip comes in and starts undressing and getting into her pajamas, and you're thinking, "Don't change the camera angle, Dave. Don't change the camera angle." What's Neil saying? His 10-year-old border collie is trying to stop him watching you. He wants to keep going out. Oh God, the poor thing will be bursting for a pee. And John's back to work tonight. He's saying, "All right, okay."
I'm not back to work till a week tomorrow.
When are you back to work, Dave?
Pardon?
When are you back to work?
I'm back tomorrow, mate. I'm on the late shift tomorrow. I'm on 12/8.
I was going to say, you're up late.
Yeah,
when
no,
you
I'm
back,
not.
I went back this morning, mate. I'm back again tomorrow.
You were working this morning?
Yeah, I've worked today and I'm back to normal already, mate.
Yeah, one of my mates is a chef at a hospital in Livingston, and he was working Christmas Day. So, yeah.
Yeah, I only had Christmas Day off, mate.
When are you? When's Chris back? You said you shut for the week between Christmas and New Year, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not back till the 2nd. So I don't know, what day is it today?
26th.
Tuesday today, is it? Next week, next Tuesday.
That's all right. That's good.
Yeah, that's because you're on boss, see?
Yep.
You'll open the front door at work and there's be this pile of watches and clocks just piled up outside on the letterbox inside the hallway.
Yep.
Yeah. Like,
Where riding is all the normal staff who weren't working yesterday all came in just to go around and wish everyone happy Christmas.
Well, they came in the day off.
Which I thought
was nice of them.
Oh, hello, we're seeing a picture Scott's drawn.
Oh,
the nurses.
Smoo Industry Shark Mouse.
Yes. Rawr.
Again, Scott, let me see it. Another day. He's in competition now with Colin. Colin will meet up. He's
everything has to have a sharp mouth.
Oh, but he puts an eye on his.
Yeah, but you've got to do a sharp mouth.
Let's present Collins.
All I do, you see, is I send Fox a message, take a picture of your car.
And the sharp mouth.
That was cracking weathering, Scott, on Smooth's thing.
Wow, that's like Colin. That's like a tiny version of my car. That's great.
Right, Colin, is that working? There we go. There's our Smoo executive range.
Yeah.
Yeah, sharp mouse.
A sharp mouse, and the holdy all the bits while they dry thingamybobbery.
The thing I like about the sharp mouth on the mouse is that the shark mouth on the pegboard is going rawr, and the shark mouth on the mouse is kind of going eh.
Oh, great! Oh, he's showing. Oh, this is our modular paint glue holder and set and sol.
Yeah, but it also takes extra thin.
Yeah, because it's a modular design. This particular model, you can take the tube out and it fits extra thin as well.
Can I put forward a protocol request for Smoo Industries?
Yes.
What's that?
No matter who is pronouncing the product, they have to pronounce it in a Scottish accent. The name of the product.
Oh yeah.
Right. So next time Colin's mention it, and in his videos, he's got to say, "I call blimey, mate, Tambridge. That is my Smoo Industries, Mark."
Oh, it's a Smoo Industries visa.
Yeah, it'll be like, hello, I'm the chap from Smoo Industries. I'd like to show you a modular paint holder, which is right, quite good, I think.
To be fair,
did you notice that Colin's got customer complaints department? He's also head of R&D. You know, he puts a different one up every night.
Oh, dear.
The thing I've noticed though is Colin's Scottish accent is better than Smooth's Cockney accent.
Yeah, but I'm married to a Scot.
Right.
Anyway, I thought Helgen at 35 at geocities.com was complaints department.
Not for Smoo.
Give out that email address. Yes.
Yeah, we should give his email address out at every opportunity.
Yeah, please send any complaints to Helgen35 at geocities.com.
TK's
The funny thing is, I really hope there's someone with that email address somewhere.
TK's saying there he's got 3 weeks of downtime but no pay, so I take it TK's self-employed then. That's what I hated about when I was self-employed. Unless you had a buffer in the bank, you could take as many holidays as you want, you just don't get paid for them. Yeah. I'm surprised.
Yeah, when you work for yourself, you don't have that moment of yes, day off, because you go, yes, I'm not getting paid.
Well, I was not too bad because I went out and done installations on site. But if I was just dealing with my web orders, me going to work was basically opening the front door, shutting it, opening the front door, and going back in again, like a bit like what you were doing with your desk.
Yeah. The thing is, when you work for yourself, your attendance record is stellar. Like it's never been before. Never had a day off sick.
Claim back your commuting costs from the taxman.
Yeah, about 2p.
I was actually told Sunday, if you work from home and you want to make it feel like you're actually going to work, actually walk out your front door and walk around the block and then come in, and it feels like you've actually went to your work.
I have to go to the shop usually most mornings. That'll work for me. So I commute to the shop and back.
Chris, you've been very quiet tonight.
I have. Well, not earlier. I was quiet while I was trying. I turned my mic off while I was picking the bits off because otherwise it makes annoying noises. But
what is that thing on the right of your screen? Is it like a shaft of light, or is it something in the front of the camera?
Oh, it's like a lightsaber beam, isn't it?
In the side of your head right now.
Yeah. It's Darth Maul. Aye, yeah.
Is it like a really, really big cooking blowtorch?
I don't know, it might be where I've got
like a massive creme brulee just out of shot.
There you go. Aye, there it is. There's a, it is.
Oh, wow.
Coming out his 3D printer.
Now we're going with J.J. Abrams on us now.
It's really strange. No matter how far away you go, it's still there.
It's like being on the bridge of the Enterprise.
I'll turn it off, but then it gets all dark in there.
You've got slightly better looking as the lights have went out.
Like a reverse nightclub.
I've been picking the bits out of my skull. So there you go. That's
is that a Skyrim skull or a Game of Thrones skull?
It's a Skyrim skull.
Yeah.
Skyrim dragon skull.
Are you going to do the knee with an arrow sticking out it?
Can do what? Eh?
A knee with an arrow sticking out it. You know, took an arrow to a knee.
Yeah, I used to do that.
He hasn't got any knees. He's only a
That's
skull.
quite smart.
Tell you what, if you're going to paint that, Chris, those Citadel bone colours, they've got like 3 or 4 different colours for bones. They are actually really good colours for bones. Oh, Shabty Bone. I love that. Oh, Shabty Bone.
I have Screaming Skull.
Yep, get yourself some Shabty Bone and some, what's the other one? There's another one as well. Is it just me that every time Duncan on Warhammer TV says, oh, Shabty Bone, you get a little butterfly in your stomach?
I've never watched Warhammer.
You never watched Duncan?
No.
Too thin coats.
Too thin coat. Just go to the Warhammer TV channel, right, and watch one of the build series, like the Storm, how to build and paint the Stormfang, or the Imperial Knight. The Imperial Knight's like 5 or 6 episodes. Just go and watch Duncan. You'll be transported to a world of mellow, relaxed chillness.
So it's like totally opposite. Like Professor Tedsworth. He's more like too thin coats, whereas Ted's like slap it on.
Good old Ted.
Well, what's
that's how old my Citadels.
Oh, you've got the old jars that aren't rubbish.
I've got really, really old stuff somewhere in a box. Yeah, my brother used to do it.
I've got 2 pots of Lamian medium, and like this one I've had for about a year, and it's kind of gone yellow. The pot itself has gone yellow. I'm like, wow.
You tend to find that with Labia Majora that they go yellow if they don't wash very often.
Yeah.
I still can't get used to the names. I've still got bleached bone.
Labia mermaids.
Drakenhof Nightshade, the blue one.
I was speaking to the manager at my local Warhammer store a while ago, and he was telling me that he actually found he found the names I came up with for the paints. Hilarious. And he said he was at the headquarters, and he decided he was going to tell Duncan about them, but he didn't get a chance to see him because he see him every now and then at the thing. He said I was going to corner him and tell him about these names. And apparently he said they did have a plan one year just to do a little video with some silly names, but they never got around to it. And I was saying, I could come up with a big list of silly names for you, mate. Just do it.
Yeah, I started watching your videos and you were on about all these Citadel colours. I didn't have any at the time, and you were coming up with all these funny names with separate colour codes doing the same with your names on. I had not a clue what you were on about until I went into Games Workshop and went, right, okay.
Well, the manager said that he didn't. He sometimes watches my stuff, but the way he found out, because I know him anyway now, but the way he found out about the paint names was somebody actually came into the store and asked for a pot of Labia mermaids. He's like, what? You love your mermaid. He said, what? So he got the video up and he was showing me it. Right. And he said, I know that guy. Yeah, I'll. So he called him in. He said, I've just. He went over and he's like, I had somebody watching your videos come in for a pot of labia mermaids last week. I'm like, that'll be me then.
What is it you call your null oil, not Starship Filth?
Nah. Oh yeah, not Starship Filth.
And what about your Agdax Airshade? What do you call
that? I think that's Nacca d'Allegro, I think, isn't it?
I've
got a list somewhere. I could find it if you want.
I used to have one of them.
There was a few of them that you did, right? I've got a few paints here. See what you would come up with it. Well, I've got one here. It's Macagre Blue.
Hang on. I've got to try and find them now. Where the hell did I put them all?
Is that the same as that one, Lightning Bolt Blue?
Lightning Bolt Blue.
No, there's a few different blues.
Well, that Hulk Turquoise, I think that's my oldest pot I've got left.
I've got tubs like that. Yeah.
There you go. Do you want me to go through? Do you want me to list them?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Oh no, I've not stored them with the actual name. I've stored them with the correct name. Oh, I don't know what they are in that case.
Oh, that was daft.
I've just got lots of image files for the banners I put up on the screen, but I don't know what they're actually called. No, that's just ass. That's failed.
I'm so glad it's not just me that forgets to save files names.
No, I've saved them all by the correct name, so it's like
You lost a video shoot, didn't you, Colin? That was a bit
yeah, I had a hard drive file. It's on there somewhere.
No, don't talk about that. I had that.
Yeah, I've got to run the data recovery software again to see if I can find it. But
TK was saying he's no self-employed, but the company shut down for 3 weeks, so his contract sucks. It used to be like that in the motor trade. You used to get a lot of garages that would shut for, well, up in Scotland, you have like the Glasgow trades and the Edinburgh trades. And the Edinburgh trades are the first 2 weeks in July, and the Glasgow trades are the last two. So, like, Edinburgh, everything shut down for 2 weeks in the first 2 weeks of July, and then Glasgow would shut down for the second two. And whether you'd been there long enough to earn holiday pay or not, you were off for 2 weeks, whether you liked it or not. So, yeah.
Yeah, and they always used to come to Morecambe on holiday.
Who? Scarborough, Whitley Bay and Blackpool I used to go to.
No, loads of them used to come to Morecambe as a kid.
Why would you go to Morecambe when you can go to Blackpool? As a kid, Blackpool's far better. As an adult, it's a shit.
I didn't have a lot of choice. I was born there. My mum and dad lived there.
What, Blackpool?
No, Morecambe.
All right.
Right, I'm going to have to do something, guys. Have a pleasant evening, Christmas, New Year time.
Right, Chris, thanks for popping in.
Catch you all another night.
Chris. Yeah, I'll see you on Thursday, Chris.
Bye, everybody. Yeah, I'll be there Thursday sometime. Cool. Bye.
Right, I'm going to have to scoot off as well, chaps. I was about to say messes, but it's all chaps tonight. I thought Chandler was coming in tonight.
Yeah, he's going to try, but time zones, that's why we kind of hang on, because she's probably going to be sitting, we're coming up for midnight here, so it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, just remember there's an 8-hour limit on YouTube videos.
Yeah, oh no, we'll not be up that long.
Yeah, screw that.
I'll be on the holiday one. Aye.
Special.
I've got my can of Carlsberg Special Brew. Aye.
Special Brew.
Aye. That's good for thinning all kinds of paint, even if it's been on for a
Right, I've got 12 cans of Special Brew. I now need a bus stop, and I'm sweet.
Aye.
I thought you had to drink the queuings at Hogmanay.
For emergencies.
No, it was always Carlsberg Special Brew, Mama. You had the Carlsberg Special Brew and the Tenant Super Brigade.
Yeah, Tenant Super. Tenant Super is the proper hardcore Glasgow stuff, isn't it?
Well,
Carlsberg's like slightly posher.
When she used to be going out with her pal, because she can't afford a lot of the bar prices, she would have 2 cans of Carlsberg Special Brew before she went out. Sometimes she wouldn't finish it, and I'm like 14. It's like, here, Terry, you finish that, and it's like half a tin of syrup, and it's like, 10% proof or something. So, yeah, I used to like it when I was going out to Friday night. Put lemonade in it, and it's still stronger than full strength beer.
Did I get that right? That the Tenants was the Carlsberg was always a bit posher than the Tenants. Tenant Super was like the real.
I would say the other way about.
Like Tenant Super was the kind of govern beer, and Carlsberg was the surrounding areas beer.
Might have been but I mean nowadays it's all that Buckfast tonic wine, and I'm pretty sure that comes out the cold tap in most houses in Glasgow.
It's bad. It's bad when the like knuckle dragger drink is a tonic wine. And I say,
I've never tried it actually. I've tried. I mean, I worked in Peter Dominic's years ago, and I've tried lots of different wines and sherries and spirits and that, but I've never fancied Buckfast.
No.
I've tried it
Apparently
once.
It can get you very
I'd
messy
rather
very
drink
quickly, but it's
petrol.
still a bit poncy.
You'd rather drink petrol, Scott?
Yeah, I tried it. I had a mouthful of it once, and just thought, no, I'd rather go and drink petrol.
A mouthful of what?
Buckfast.
All right. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to avail myself of going away.
Okay, young man.
Catch you later.
Thank
You
you
see you on
for joining
Thursday.
me.
We'll come in and wind you up on Thursday. Aye.
Yeah,
I'll see you on Thursday, mate.
Chris
Yes,
will
we
be
will
back.
expect winding up. Although just remember, it's poor Chris that's got to deal with the chat. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
I've actually got quite lucky there. I got a day
Yeah,
off
I'm
Thursday.
understanding.
Your day off on Thursday. Aye.
Yeah, so I can come in and watch it. I was panicking I won't be able to see it.
Yeah.
What time is it on Thursday?
1 o'clock it starts.
In the afternoon.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
Don't know
Right.
how long it'll go on for. I mean, I reckon I can get it all painted in 2 or 3 hours, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm at work.
Could be 6 hours if Ted's starting off with assembly.
So you're telling us to get some beers in then?
Hey.
Yeah. Right.
Some beers in. Phone up for a pizza or a Chinese and just sit back. Aye. Right. Okay.
2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm shit-faced and I've got pizza.
Aye. Well, that's
Right,
TK
fellas.
saying night for.
Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, good night, folks.
Bye. Good night, everybody. Where's the
Bye,
button?
mate.
Oh, don't press
Ta-ra.
that button.
What button? The whole thing has crashed. Well, that's our special guest. I've got a frog in my throat. Special guest Foxley. Ooh. Should we hang on a bit longer to see if Chandra can pop in, or are people getting near beddy buys times? Because we are getting near midnight here.
I'm all right.
Chris,
For now.
Chris sent me a message
Yeah, I'm just
earlier on.
falling asleep.
Sorry, somebody sent a message earlier on.
Sent Chandra a message earlier on.
All right, because she
Say,
wasn't
come
quite
on,
sure
get-
what we were on with the time zones. Yeah. Is there
Yeah.
anybody still in chat? If there's nobody still in chat, then I'll shut the live feed down and I'll just go on a normal hangout. But if there's folks still in chat, we'll just shoot the breeze.
With 9 watching.
Well, there's people still in, I think.
There must
That's
still
crazy
be.
cool.
Well, there's obviously whoever's modding's going to be on there, so you're going to be listed as watching it. So there's 5 of us in here. So that was quite good. TK's popped in and John popped in.
Yeah, nice to hear from TK.
It was.
John popped in and Neil popped in as well. So we've had a couple of strays that have come across the internet. How did you guys, if you're still in chat, how did you come across this feed tonight? Was it from the Boom Hut or did it randomly pop up on YouTube? Yeah, John's still here, it says.
A couple
And
of them
Neil's
came
saying
in
good
from
night all.
my YouTube, mate.
It came in for your YouTube. But you're subscribed to my channel. Yeah. And TK's still here. All right, well, I'll just keep it up. Then.
TK's still here.
Yeah, I'll just keep the chat up. We're just shooting the breeze. We're no model building or anything. We might run out of stuff to say. So if there are guys...
I've been paying all night.
I
If
was
the guys
putting the
in...
chip in Concord at one point.
You chip in, Concord. Ooh. If the guys in the chat want to chip in and ask any questions or start a conversation going on a certain subject or anything, Neil got it
Have a
from
look
my
at Concord.
page.
Let me have a look.
Right, okay, cheers, Neil.
Oh, eh?
Oh,
Nice one, Carl.
Here. Oh, wait now.
Nice one,
Wait now. I'll just present you to everybody. They're on the big screen now. What Colin's doing there is a Ravel Concorde, but there was some factual inaccuracies with the front landing gear being in the wrong place, and he's also lighting it up. So that's what he's kind of showing you. He's been doing whilst we've been sitting chatting. So that's all the internal wiring. I'll let Colin speak.
Super.
Yeah, quite a bit of spaghetti in there. Navigation lighting ready to go now.
So are they going to be strobing then?
Yeah,
on the wings?
everything's going to be strobing. You've got land lights. I've got to chop the wings, Mike, so we're going to be cutting the model again tomorrow.
Bloody hell.
What size LEDs or type it? type of LEDs are you
Yeah, I've
using?
got the navigation LEDs to put in the wings.
Is that just wee 1.6s, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, 1.8, sorry. Yeah.
yeah.
Through
And
hole one.
flash as well, yeah. So yeah, all the strobes work and that. So
Where have you put them? So have you done a red side and a green side, port and starboard, or what have you?
sorry.
What colours are LEDs and where are you placing them?
You got the green and red, haven't you? Port and starboard.
Yeah, you got green.
All right, okay, I see that
You got
now.
red.
Red one, yeah.
You got your green
And green
one.
on that side, yeah.
Then you got your red beacon.
Is that right on the top?
Yeah, on Concord it goes on the tail.
All right, okay.
Then you got your landing lights and your navigation strobes.
Right, so the landing lights, where are they going to sit on it?
Landing lights come out just underneath the wings on little retractable lighting units.
Right, and what's the strobes?
And the strobes sit on the leading edge of the wing, right in that tiny little gap.
Right, okay. See, I'm not, as I'm a big guest, I don't build aircraft, so yeah.
So the saw's coming out on them tomorrow. The landing gear's been relocated.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's actually in the wrong place in the Revel model, isn't it?
Yeah, it was right back there, mate.
Yeah, so it's about an inch of difference. Aye, so you've actually had to cut the section. Actually, it's further than an inch. That's a good couple inches that you've had to cut out and put it in the right place.
Yeah, 3.5 centimetres.
God, that's aye. So if you do get a Revel Concorde, the front landing gear is in the wrong place.
Yeah, so there's been a bit of chopping going on with that. Put the LEDs in the afterburners as well.
What colour did you decide for them?
Red.
Red in the end.
Red. So how many have you got in there? 3?
4, 2 in each.
2 in each. Is that just the wee 3mm ones? Is that flickering ones or just?
Yeah, and then they light up the afterburners.
Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah. Oh, that's smart.
That's cool.
Oh, they're
So I had to
actually
drill-
behind. There's
Yeah,
a
I had
drilled.
I had to drill all the vents out and everything line by line, and then I've made my own box to put the LEDs in within the afterburners.
Right. Ah, right. Aye, because normally that would be blanked off, so you've actually modified
it's
it
all
and drilled
blanked
little
off,
holes
so
in so that it's. That's nice.
Don't mess about, do you, mate?
Are you going to put a wee clear bit of plate in front of the LEDs and sand it to diffuse it so that you don't see too bright lights and it's more aglow, or are you leaving it with the 2 LEDs, or?
Yeah, I'm going to, you know that window fogging you get to make your frosted windows?
Yeah.
I'm going to spray that over a bit of plexi and put it in the...
Right, I was just thinking about that, and it'll just diffuse the light.
Yeah, it'll diffuse the light and make it come round in a ring on the
Aglow.
outside.
Right, aye. I was wondering how you would do that.
And then I've just built my LED to go. That's the tail cone. So
Right.
I've drilled that out. So
Is there a
there's
light
an
goes
LED
in that, or is?
There's an LED to go in there. You've got a red nav.
Oh right, okay, right, yeah. So there's quite a lot of nav lights on it then. So there's one at the
And
tail
then
and
I've got a strobe in there as well.
a strobe at the back. All right, okay. There's quite a lot of lighting on that then, and I suppose that's the same in most commercial aircraft, is it?
Yeah, on Concord they moved a lot of them because they didn't want the raised bulbs affecting the
The
aerodynamics.
streamline.
Yeah, so they moved the landing lights around a bit to make them less intrusive.
Right, so Neil's saying we've got him staying till the end.
Yeah. TK wants us to say stroopwafel.
We've got to try that stuff. Stroopwafel.
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 Right, Dave, what's your stroopwafel?
Stummelol.
Right, Scott, let's hear it in Orcadian.
Stroopwafel.
That sounds like your girlfriend's name.
Hey.
That sounds like your girlfriend's name.
I think mine was actually a bad word in Dutch, but never mind.
Or is it Stroopwafel?
stroop waffle, pal. Aye. You got any of these stroop waffle things? Aye.
Aye, boy, it's a grand stroop waffle.
Aye.
TK's
I hate
laughing
to say, but I prefer Tunnocks caramel wafers myself.
Yeah, what them you mean?
Oh, is that logs or wafers? Aye, wafers. Aye, the logs get on my nerves with the coconut on them.
At least you can eat the nice chocolatey things.
Ah, Scott can't eat chocolate or his brain explodes.
Cool.
Closely followed by my bowels.
Cool.
Who's shouting?
No more Dutch words yet.
Dutch words or Dutch birds. Say
DK puts on the boomer and it had C translation underneath, so I had to go that way.
What's puffin in Dutch, TK?
Well, in Orcadian it's Tamanori.
Taminori.
Taminori.
Aye,
Yeah.
Taminori.
In
That was
Orcadian.
When you put that footage up of them doing the bar thing, guy like, I think I've been doing the bar and that, and I hope the Doonies get it this time. Right, John Paul, catch you later. Thanks for popping
There,
in.
man.
Yeah.
John.
We'll have another one of these at some point, but I don't know. Thanks for coming in. Putting up their nonsense.
I think I got it right. I used Google Translator when TK said Merry Christmas, so I think I got it right.
Oh my God, TK, what's that?
I've been sung shield security.
A bit harder. That's a bit
Aye.
Compound words.
Yeah. I know in German it's probably Weihnachten for Merry Christmas.
Not fair,
I think,
TK.
I think I've worked that one out. That one says a bit harder now.
Yeah.
I know a song about a dirty woman, I think it says.
Puffin is Papa.
Gain weaker.
Right, Scott, you have to say that one since it's Puffin.
Papa gain weaker.
No, notice I'm asking the guys that are dyslexic to try and.
Yeah, that's really nice of you.
Papagayan
Din Dukir?
Papagayan Dulker. How about that? Papagayan Dulker.
I think we can be mistaken for Dutch.
I don't.
What's breakfast in Dutch? Just call it breakfast. What are you having for breakfast? I'm having Papagayan Dulker. On some brown bread. Actually, it could be a bit strange because it could be actually what it's saying is a bit harder now, you know, from the Dutch movies that you get, the German music. And that's how you say a bit harder now. Just...
If TK comes in live, I'll get him on Cockney rhyming slang.
Was it Arbeitsong Skitschierversikring? Breakfast is no, I think TK's dyslexic. That's what it is. That's not breakfast. On beach. You probably didn't pronounce it, Jane. It's on beat or something.
No, I think he's got sticky keys.
Yeah, well, he's maybe been in Pornhub.
I think he's still on all the continents from the Welsh.
The thing is, because all those letters look jumbled up to us, if Scott or Dave reads it, they'll probably look like a proper word.
I'd love Ted to say that.
Yeah, that looks like breakfast to me.
It looks like breakfast to you. Oh dear.
Oh, where's that?
I maybe need to think about actually getting back to the bench and getting some model making done later this week, and I'm going to be bored. It's snowing out. It's been snowing outside. TK's having a giggle at our expense by the looks of it.
Yeah. We've had like bits of snow, but nothing. It's been lying on the high ground, but there's not any.
So was the snow lying on the uppies or the doonies?
Uppies.
So
I can see it lying on the tops of the hills around here, but it's not a significant amount.
It's not that hard of a language, TK's saying. Well, I took German till second year, so and Scottish is quite Germanic anyway, where you know.
Not too hard a language. Bloody hell, I'm 50 and I have enough trouble speaking English.
Yeah.
What did you say there, Colin? Can I get a translator for Colin, please? Everything you say, all here is "God blimey, governor."
You're having a bubble.
Yeah, having a bubble. Aye. Bubble bath, laugh. Yeah, Cockney rhyming. Mike's staring at what? Scott's twiddling a pencil. Mike's in a trance. Dave's actually doing something constructive, and so's Colin. And I'm sitting here with my kettle. Tell you what, see this Captain America suit that Chandra sent me? It's absolutely roasty and toasty.
Oh. Can't be a good one.
At least you're not going to get cold in the cave anymore, mate.
What?
At least you're not going to get cold in your cave anymore, mate.
Yeah, I know. Aye, this room does get a bit cold.
Onesies are all right, but you go for a shit.
Gets a bit taters, does it, Smoo?
It's a bit taters, yeah. Taters. Right, okay, what's it Cockney rhyming? Taters?
Taters and mould. Cold.
Taters and mould. Right, okay. But landing, innit? Aye, landing, innit?
Oh, bless you.
They're a bit awkward if you have to go to the toilet because it's not got the big arse flap thing. So, yeah it's a bit of a...
You need a one
to make a smooth modification to it, then, mate.
I'm glad it's not made out of PVC or I'd be running out of towel. Not that I'm used to putting PVC on or have any inkling on how to apply such clothing.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
Yeah, when you go dogging on your bike.
Well, my leathers and everything. Aye, when I make my bike. Yeah. I'm kind of stuck with modelling at the moment because I need all the stages that I've got my stuff to. I've got bits of armour and stuff to do. They're all in primer, so they're all waiting on the next coat of paint, and the bikes are all waiting on the next coat of paint. And to put my extractor booth, which is sitting over there, the hose out the window, this room gets
TK's just
really cool.
I think that's what it says. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. It's a bit like German, Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
Yeah, good day. Good day.
Yeah.
Guten Tag. Good day.
See, we learned something on these chats, mate. We're learning Dutch now.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they have accents a bit like folk for Devon, so that'd be like Guten Tag or something.
Hey.
Or you know, like, all right, get off me fucking car, Guten Tag.
There must be different regional dialects, I would have thought.
Yeah, because I know when
some places in Scotland there's different dialect, isn't there?
Yeah, when I was taking German at high school, we had German students across, and they were teaching us all the slang, and it was confusing enough.
Yeah.
I quite like learning how to speak the language, but when they started saying this is masculine, feminine, and neuter, and all this sort of thing, it was just like, right, okay, giraffe balls right over the top of my head. Didn't understand any of that nonsense. I think French is harder to learn.
Yeah.
I can do Spanglish, you know, you just shout really loud and point.
Yeah. Fishy-o and chippy-os. There you
Aye,
go.
dos cerveza, por favor, and all that sort of thing, you know. And I like my prawns, so that's gambas, and ham's gammon, and what, or yamon, or whatever it is.
Jambon. Jambon in French.
It's meant. Is Mike actually still moving?
Hey?
Oh, I just clicked on
Is
you.
Mike still alive?
I'm alive.
Your picture's froze. That's what it is. Yeah.
Pictures what?
It's got you sitting like that constantly.
Somebody poke Mike, make sure he's still breathing.
I thought you'd froze. Your audio's fine, but your video just goes black.
No.
Oh, you're back.
All right.
He's back.
Yeah, I'll mute my camera now. There you go.
Now we have the Scaly Models Death Star, and then we've got Mike back waddling about again. Aye, he just went. And we know Scott's there because when he's got bits of paper there, his camera starts strobing. He's designing stuff.
Just randomly doodling.
More sharks' mouths.
Yeah. Yeah, that camera does not like anything light coloured.
So what is the plural of shark's mouth? Is it shark's mouth?
I don't know.
Right, what's it say? What day?
It's far too early in the morning for me to work that one out.
Similar to Danish. The only thing I know in Danish is bacon, please. What day is Friesen? Is aye. You want to try that one, guys?
TK, the only Dutch I ever learnt was Stummerlow. I don't know if I can say that right.
Sorry, Dave, we're all trying TK's Dutch here.
Yeah, I'm saying the only Dutch I ever learnt, and I don't even know if I say that right, was Stummerlow.
And what does that mean?
Stupid dick.
Trust you. It's funny that when you're learning the language, I don't know if it's just me, you want to know what all the sweary naughty words are first before you learn like how to order a pint of beer and a cheese sandwich.
We used to call a lot of the Germans Pimmelkopf. Dickhead.
Dickhead, yeah.
Oh, I knew Doomkopf was but, you know that.
Vierecker Kopf. Box head. Four corner head.
I know Ekins corners.
When we used to, when the new lads came out from the UK to Germany, we used to train them on the tanks, take them out, train them driving on the wrong side of the road, and we used to take them to a little Schnell Imbiss and get them to ask for Einbahnstrasse mit Pomfrits.
A what?
An Einbahnstrasse mit Pomfrits, a one-way street in chips.
One-way street in chips.
Because they didn't speak German, they said, "What is it? I got to say again. Say Einbahnstrasse mit Pomfrits, bitte." And they go up and ask for it, and the fella behind the counter go, "Oh, not you again."
Oh, one-way street with chips. Oh, what's TK put up now? Stommelul.
All right, I was close.
Oh, is that for what you were trying to say?
Yeah.
For the dickhead one. I wonder how it works with the live feeds. I wonder if it's filtering everything that we're... You know how Fox was saying earlier on, when you upload a video, it actually scans all your audio and everything to see what you're saying. I wonder with the live streams if it's scanning it constantly.
No, it's probably just the AI doing that.
I probably just hear it on the live feed. All you'll hear is this beep 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 beep.
Oh, if they beep us it. Oh, I would certainly be like that in my Christmas video, that's for sure.
That made me laugh when the one about R2D2 being the worst bloody actor in the world. You have to bleep out everything he says.
Aye, he's got R2D2 has got Tourette's. That's probably something in Dutch, actually. We just all speak like R2D2 and TK will be able to translate it in Dutch. Has TK got a puffin yet, Scott?
Not yet.
Need to be a big puffin to fly all the way across there.
Yeah.
No, it won't. Just take the fish out of its mouth and it'll be able to fly anywhere then.
I've been finding little bits of puffin shit all over my cutting mat. It's been quite annoying. He's not behaving.
Mine's okay. It's the captain, you see. He's got someone to do it for him.
Actually, my puffin likes to pretend it's a clown with the Smoo Industries extended puffin nose.
Red nose.
It's puffin nose day. Yeah, that's quite funny.
I actually had quite a hard time finding a puffin for you and Ted. I think the tourists snapped them all up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Are there any other places that puffins live at other than Orkney?
Shetland, North of Scotland.
Oh, the north of Scotland as well. So really just where it's cold?
Just wherever they can nest, I would imagine.
And there are puffins in Iceland as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in beside the frozen turkeys and the chickens.
I was going to say, I went in today. I never saw any.
Puffins in Iceland, yeah. TK might not get that one, but Iceland's a frozen food store. What's that? That Buffin would be called. Here he goes when he's no
compound things.
All the puffins with the names of jarls or jarls or Viking names. So we don't pick the names for our puffins. They actually come with a label telling you what you've got to call it, and he's not going to call it Papa Baguette or whatever it is you just wrote there.
When he's next on an e-models feed, TK, he's going to have to say what a puffin is, because and how you'd actually pronounce that.
Oh, so we need to be on one of the Tree Hut live feeds then, because TK goes on them and they'll need to pronounce that puffin thing, because it just looks like Papagayanduka or something, or Poppin Baguette. Poppin?
Yeah.
Poppin.
Puffin Baguette.
Yeah, so it's funny. Even Fox has heard about all the Smoo Industries stuff in that. Eh? So he's actually driving about in a Smoo Industries car.
Yeah,
You should be charging him for that advertising, Terry.
Yeah, he's put Shark's Mouth on, but he's forgot to put Smoo Industries Executive Edition along the back.
I'll make him. I'll do him to me a thin stand, a Smoo Industries one.
Parrot diver, literally translated.
Oh, parrot diver. All right, okay.
Well, puffins are sea parrots.
Right, okay. See how Fox has got his shark's mouth and everything. Can you remember the green sun visor strips that you used to get with like Dave and Susan or whatever the name of the people is? Do you think he has like Fox and Odo?
Maybe we should get him one.
Yeah.
Get him one,
Fox and Odo. Can you remember for a while there was this thing where women, when they're driving a car alone at night, used to get a man to stick in the car so it looked like there was somebody else there. It's a life-size blow-up puffin.
Yeah.
And a sunscreen, it says Fox and Odo on it, with a big love heart in the middle. A green strip to go across the top of the screen. And then Smoo Industries furry dice. We'll get Paul to make them up. Smoo Industries furry dice made out of balsa wood and that flock stuff.
1 to 7.
Aye, the numbers will be right or something. Aye. And a Smoo Industries steering lock.
That doesn't work.
Made out of balsa wood.
Smoo Industries windscreen demister pad.
You're still going, you
Smoo Industries steering lock should be
Hey, Pip.
Hey, Pip.
Back then.
Hello, Pip.
Hi.
Aye.
Go on to bed now.
Very past
I ate me chocolate buttons. Right. Anybody that's still in the live feed watching, just avert your eyes while Pip gets into her bed. In case she turns around, because this is 3D cameras we've got tonight. If she turns around too quick, you're going to lose your eyeballs, guys. It's going to happen.
Hey,
I thought it went quite well tonight, actually. I thought we might run out of stuff to talk about, but the general conversation sort of keeps going along. And then, like say, John and Neil were piping in and that, and then that sparks off of that. So I can see how when Ted and Fox and Chris and that have got the e-models feed, and they're actually getting people speaking, it sort of bounces a conversation along.
Yeah.
And then it went totally silent.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to bail out. So I'm just waiting for
that idea then, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, Scott's a lazy. Well, thanks for joining us, Scott.
No problem at all. No doubt I'll see you in a hangout sometime this week.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Yes, we'll probably have one,
Okay.
but there won't be live ones. But
Let's go.
Let's go.
Bye, Pat.
See you, mate. Let's go.
See you there, guys.
Hello, mate.
Catch you later, pal. That was good. We've got Scott in. Yeah. Right, so we've had the whole crew in the night, near enough. Apart from Chandra, obviously didn't make it, but
yeah,
we'll try and get her at one time. So yeah, I wonder if
been a good fun evening.
We only had 3 viewers really. TK, John, and Neil.
Yeah,
three viewers in chat.
Yeah,
If you know what I
only
mean.
3 in chat.
But
Yeah.
there was interaction, so it was, you know.
Although they're saying there's 9 viewers at the moment now, so there's obviously us 4 and TK, and John's away.
Perhaps there's people viewing it that aren't in chat, mate.
That aren't in chat, yeah. So if you are watching us, idiots, and you're still up out your bed, just...
Well, it's going to be the CIA, MI6,
GCHQ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My neighbour Bob, 2 doors away.
Yeah.
Oh, your
and
neighbour
8
Bob.
of the revenue.
Hi, Bob. Well, Bob, some of us might be coming down next year for the
Yeah, sorry about the noise.
show. So, and we're both bikers, so we'll pop along and have a wee look at your man cave that Mike was telling me about.
Aye.
And talk about twin overhead cam ashtrays and stuff like that Mike knows nothing about.
I told him we were coming down here in Scott next year, and he's got his mojo going now to get his bike.
Oh, is Scott thinking about coming down on his bike then?
Yes, Scott said that originally, yeah. Unless it changes.
If Scott's down on his bike, I'll meet up and go down with him. Neil Harris is still here.
Good on you, Neil.
Better ones. It is with us lot, right? I've totally lost the track of what that one was there. He's obviously replying to something I've said. I get brain farts at this time of night. I've not got enough alcohol, and I'm probably going to go and make myself some more cocktail sausages and cheese and pickles just because they're there.
Sustenance.
And yeah, I've eaten all my chocolate buttons, Pip. I had those this afternoon.
What?
Chocolate buttons.
Right, TK says he's going off to his beds, dudes, because he's obviously an hour forward to us, so he's like 25 past
Right,
1 in the
TK.
morning. Thanks for the join in, TK. And then there was one viewer left. GCHQ is on about. All right.
Yeah, they'll be watching us.
Yeah, aye. Yeah, GCHQ will be tuning in. Just don't mention that guy, Alan Akbar. It likes, he's got a fertilizer plant just down the road there.
Yeah.
And he's also got a diesel station across the road.
Carry on,
We'll mention any of that, our viewer. Yeah, viewers will go up. As soon as you mention that Alan Akbar guy and stuff for making expletives. So, Neil, did you have a good Christmas? And what did Santa bring you? Did he bring you anything modelling related? I'll wait and see when he gets back in chat. Was Neil the one that was in Canada? Mine, it was the two. John was in and Neil was in. Yeah. Where are you from, Neil? I'll just keep firing questions at Neil because he's our one and only viewer.
Yeah.
And then he'll go, I'm not sitting talking to those.
Yeah, we love Neil. Make him an honorary member of the cave.
Oh, there's Chris in. Nice.
Bloody hell, you still going?
We have a captive audience of one viewer at the moment that we're trying to have a conversation with using Morse code and emotive dance.
Yeah, you've got to ask the question using the power of dance.
Yes. We've already done the bit with TK where we had to pronounce totally unpronounceable Dutch words. And no idea, so we'll need to wait till the next Treehouse feed so he can actually tell us what he was saying. We got Stroopwafel right.
I think you've done well, mate.
I'm surprised you're still up, Chris. He's 3D printing. What he's done. See, I could imagine this happening with 3D printer. Chris for Gross Models got a 3D printer. And it's a new toy you got yourself for Christmas. And I could see if you were just sitting in your chair with your cup of tea or your can of beer or whatever, and it started printing and you just sit like that, and then before you know it, it's 4 o'clock in the morning and it's printed like one eyeball. Yeah, so I can imagine that. Could be quite hypnotic. Talking of hypnotic, that pork pie's hat's moving about a bit tonight. Colin? Yeah, aye. Chris is saying it is a bit hypnotic. Aye, you just sit and watch. I don't know. I quite like boring stuff like that. You know, watching something make something, even though you know it's going to take ages.
Yeah.
And ages, and you just go, oh, that shape's come out now. I recognise that bit. Oh, that's another bit.
Hey, Neil's from Wolverhampton, mate.
Oh, it's from Wolverhampton. So Neil's saying he's had a good Christmas. He's from Wolverhampton, the West Midlands. Oh, he got an Iwata custom micron off the other half.
Oh, cool.
So my whole bunch.
John Paul was from Canada.
So Neil is the chap who's in the wheelchair and his wife's in the wheelchair, if I remember rightly. So he's obviously got a bungalow, but the two of you managed to get one next door to each other. So you've both got... So your whole bungalow's your man cave. Ah. So have you knocked a door through the middle of the two of them so you can peel through now and again, just, you know, service or appliances?
Wow.
That's me being cheeky. I'll always lower the tone of the conversation.
Well noticed.
Yeah. I would personally find it quite hard being in a wheelchair. No, I've not really injured my legs, so... But you can still get about. I think as long as your brain's working and you can still use your hands, or the best that you can. I think the thing I would not like to be would be blind.
Yeah.
I think I could handle just about everything else, but if I was blind, I don't know what I would do if I was blind. So yeah, I wouldn't like to be blind. My granny went blind. My granda went deaf.
Eh?
So, eh? Yeah, I could cope with losing a limb or use of a limb, as long as it's not my third leg. If I lost the use of my third leg and went blind, that would be it. That's me done.
As long as you made the wickets working, mate.
Yeah, turn me into beef burgers. Melt me down for glue.
Here he goes. Terror's in the house. Back to normal.
Yeah.
Oh, Neil's saying no. The reason I've got the separate things is so she can lock him out when his bipolar kicks in. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. So when you get a bit too much for the handle, she's like, right, bugger off next door. I won't build a model or, you know, something like that. Yeah. I suppose that's the best way to work it. Sometimes a bit of space between the two years is quite good. It's like when I was married, I liked living with a person and stuff. And you get used to it. But then if you have a relationship, it's like Mike's been married nearly all his life. Dave's been married nearly all his life. Colin, you probably in the same situation?
Yeah, 30 years, mate.
Yeah. I was married for 14 years and then, yeah, I had a bit of a nervous breakdown and she left me for another man. But when you try to get back into a relationship now as a single man, it's quite hard because they tend to have their own house and their own family and have things the way they want, and you've got your own house, and it's a decision of, do you move in with them, do they move in with you? And quite often, they're often happier with having the separate houses and just seeing each other at the weekends and doing your work thing through the week. So, Oh, he's saying it's not as politely said as that, right? Aye. So she gives you a good earful and tells you to, aye, right, okay. Probably a bit like Pip, because Dave needs a bit of firm hand sometimes, you know, and she keeps him well under control.
Oh, aye.
Yeah. He's the boss when Pip's away at the shops.
I was going to say, he always tells us he's the boss, doesn't he, mate?
Yeah.
He ain't boss.
He likes to think he is.
We've got your back, Dave.
Yeah.
It is, mate.
Yeah. You need to stop eating
those.
Then again, he comes in that bedroom eating all those snacks that you've brought up for doing stuff. Oh, did I put my foot in that again?
Yeah, that's why he wants hobby zone, so he can hide it all.
Aye, he'll have a drawer for pork pies, a drawer for his square crisps, another one for his jellies.
Well, they're in my tub. Although she has been rubbing it.
Oh, right. Neil's saying Viv's his third wife, dead relationships, which is standard in racing. That's right, because Neil was saying he used to do all the racing tech stuff and all that.
On the Porsche, yeah.
Yeah. So is that pretty standard in racing then, that you go through a lot of women? Is it just because like you're ruggedly handsome and because you work with fast cars, all the girls are throwing themselves at you? Is that what's happening, Neil? Or is it just like you were hung like a donkey until you got into your wheelchair and now it's dragging along the ground? Does it get caught up in your wheels? Oh, I feel like I'm on the last leg now. I do like that programme, The Last Leg, because they'll take the mickey out of each other. Yeah, quite a dark sense of humour. You've got to laugh about it, you would agree to.
Because when you're doing that sort of job, you're aware more than you are, aren't you?
Mm.
Yeah.
I suppose it's a bit like the lorry drivers that go away to Europe, or folk that got pals that work on oil rigs, stuff like that.
But we used to love it when I was away from home on the couches.
Oh, yeah.
Peace and quiet. That's because she'll get the postman in to help, around the house with a few odd jobs.
Aye.
Mm.
I don't think he was that brave, our postman.
He's the only postman that brought a dog with him to protect himself from Pip. Because most postmen, when they go into a house, they're like scared of the dogs. He actually brought a dog with him to protect himself.
He's going to whack you one day.
I bet you when I get... Oh, well, we'll get down there at some point.
That's why he didn't come down, because he thought it was going to beat him.
She'll give me a big cuddle and a kiss in the cheek, and then she'll knee me right in the bollocks.
Aye.
All right, Neil was saying it's normally when it's race season, it's 7 days a week, and you're averaging 80 to 100 hours per week. So I suppose relationships might not actually work. But when you think about it, all the guys that are in the hangout now, apart from Colin, are ex-army. I wasn't posted anywhere, so I didn't see any active service or anything like that. But when the men are posted away and stuff like that, it must be quite hard for the women to keep up the relationship side of things as well. I suppose they know that their men are not going to be farting about because they're shooting people, unless it's not in a war zone that they're stationed. If they're stationed in Amsterdam, then yeah. But it must be quite hard. And I found with some of my pals, a lot of my biking pals, I mean, I do a lot of stuff with the British Legion bikers group and another couple of ex-veteran bikers groups. And they tend to find that if it was a man that was in the army, when he actually comes out and gets demobbed, they don't get on as well because they're under each other's feet, whereas they had space before.
Yeah.
Were you demobbed before you got married, Mike?
No, I got married in. I had Eileen with me in Germany for 4 years, just on 4 years.
Yeah, I was born in Germany. Yeah, I was there for those 3.
It was hard, mate, because we used to just my troop were responsible for a section of the East German border. So,
right, so
we just get.
Did you have like army quarters there? Yeah.
The camp.
Married quarters, I meant.
The East German border, but we'd get crashed out, and I wouldn't see her for 3 months.
So even though you're in the same country, you wouldn't see her for 3 months.
I could be on the camp working away on me tank or whatever, and then they say, right, crash out, and you're gone. Send someone out to the married quarters to say, oh, they've been crashed out. See him when you see him.
Right. Okay.
Anything up to 3-6 months.
So you would do 3 or 6 months there, and then how long would you be back home for?
It depends until you crashed out next. That was part and parcel of the job.
Okay, you on about deployment? You'd be deployed to somewhere for so long, and is crashed out when you actually come back home, or just? I don't understand the terminology because I wasn't actually posted or anything.
No, you'd come back from the East German border and you go back and then obviously go straight home to your married quarter.
Oh, so you're on about leave?
Not leave, you just go home to sleep, wouldn't you? And then you get up in the morning and go to work as normal.
Oh, you're on about crashing out as in going for a sleep, right? Okay, right, all right.
Yeah. They used to crash you out of camp with all your kit and all your weapons and everything. And you go to the East German border.
Mm-hmm.
But I caught German spies in the time that I was doing it.
Ooh.
East German spies. And every time you caught a spy,
was that
you got
wartime? Was the wall still up? Was the wall down?
You used to get a postcard from the British consulate and the West German consulate thanking you for catching the.
So was that when the wall was that before the wall came down? Are we going back that far? Right. Okay.
Oh yeah. What do you mean by that far? But it was, yeah.
How many years ago did the wall come down? It seems a long time ago, actually. See, my dad was in there.
It was, mate. I came out in '78.
Yeah, 1989 the wall came down.
Right.
Yeah. I came out in '78.
Because I've got to get up for work in the morning.
All right, Carl. All right, mate.
All right, buddies.
I feel like I'll.
Hope you didn't get too busy with the customer complaints department for Smoo Industries.
It's now closed.
Take care, pal.
Take care, mate.
Yeah, my dad was in the Royal Artillery, and he must have came out in 70 or 71. So he was with the BOAR, British Armed, was it British Armed Forces on the Rhine or something like that?
British Army.
So he was stationed in Paderborn.
Oh, was he? Not far from me.
So I was born in Rintel Military Hospital, and that must be quite near Munster, because I can remember they took me to Munster Zoo and stuff.
You were born in what hospital?
Rintel.
Rintel, that's right. That's where the Pied Piper was, mate. Rintel.
The Pied Piper.
The Pied Piper of Hamelin.
Really?
Yeah, that's where Rintel was, right in the city centre of Hamelin.
Ah, right, okay. I didn't know the geography at all. Yeah, so I don't know.
Eileen had our daughter in Rintel, and her mum and dad came out from Liverpool to see her, and I was taking them into the hospital, and the Pied Piper was coming through the city centre by the hospital with all the little kids playing flutes behind, dressed as rats.
Oh, so they do that like a gala, like we would have a gala day or whatever. They actually recreate that.
Do it for tourists. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got my dad's military record book, but I can't mind if he was in for 6 or 3 years or whatever. But I know I was 3 when I came back across. But we used to do a thing. Now this is what my mum and my dad told me. So I would probably be toddling and be about 2 or whatever, and my dad would take me into the naffy bar, and squaddies being squaddies, they would all try and get me to say a swear word, and they would reward me with a Mars bar or whatever. So I'd come back with arm faces, sweeties, you know.
Yeah.
So when we came back across to Britain, my granny McDonald would babysit while my mum and dad were working. My dad was a lorry driver when he came out, and my mum was working as well. So she would babysit. So I'd crawl up to my granny's bed in the morning and cuddle in and go, "Granny, you're an effing C." I've been swearing like a trooper, because all the squaddies have been swearing for sweeties, eh? And she'd go, "I'm a what?" I go, "Granny, you're an effing C." And she'll go, "Right, I'm getting your dad." And she'd be like, "Andy, Andy." So I clicked. Obviously, my dad wasn't appearing. So I went up the next morning. This is all stories I've been told. And I cuddled into bed with my granny again, and I went, "Granny, you're an effing C." And then I shouted, "Andy!" So I was a wee devil when I was wee. But yeah, stories of my dad taking me into the naffy bar and all that. So right, okay, that's Neil saying just a couple of quick things. He found that as well. His dad was Navy and on the carriers till he was 15. And it's taken him till 81 and him 59 to get on with each other, because they didn't really see each other when he was growing up. And he's saying thanks for a great night. He's got a hospital in the morning, so see us all in the chat on the e-models on Thursday. So thanks, Neil, for joining in.
Thanks, Neil.
I don't think there's anybody else left in chat.
Well, I'm going to bed now,
Running, mate.
And Dave's away to bed. So are you away to bed as well, Mike?
I'll have another 20 minutes with you, so off if you don't want to go off live, do you?
Yeah, I'll come off live broadcast. For anybody tuning in later on and happens across the feed, it was just a Boxing Day hangout, and we do this every evening, but we don't normally go live. We're thinking about going live maybe once a month or once a fortnight. We might do some modelling related stuff, but feel free to comment in the comment section. Once this live feed finishes, you'll be able to comment on the actual feed. So It's good night from me, Smoo.
Good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
Right, good night, folks. Thanks for joining in.